Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. All right, let's see here. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. Hope all is well. I think that bug Coach Prime got is spreading through the internet because it don't bit me on the ass now. All right, so Willie Gaines. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing on this Monday? Hope all is well. And so yeah, Willie Gaines. Let me just go to his Instagram really quickly. Hold on one second. I don't want to take what he say out of context, so I just wanted to go to his Instagram and see exactly what it is, and then I want to explain to him how this YouTube thing works. All right, let's go to his story. All right, there we go. There's his story right there. All right. So I'm gonna go to his story really quickly. This is not the first time he's done this. He said some things and you can't put it on the YouTubers. No, you can't put it on the YouTubers. You went on a rant and it's probably was justified. I don't know. Like none of us see, this is what all YouTubers, including myself, there's nobody really privy to the inner workings of this team. No one that I know. And I don't know anybody personally. I don't know any YouTubers personally. I watch a few videos here and there of the YouTubers, but like I got like a day job. I'm sick today, but but I just want to explain to him how this worked. But first of all, he was like, I have a 3.7 GPA. I go to every meeting. He said he doesn't know what it is. He said he has to ask himself, what is he doing? Because he's doing everything right. So we can draw inference off that and say that he's doing everything right. How come he's not getting on the field? That's what we draw an inference off of. It's not clickbait. Now, I don't really watch a lot of videos like that. I watch a few. I don't know if anybody clickbaited. I'm just looking at the titles and stuff like that, and I haven't seen it. If anybody can point me, just name names. We're gonna name names here. If anybody clickbaited, list their name here so I can see to go look at their video to see if they clickbaited. I don't think so. Not a lot of YouTubers were talking about it, really. They made a few videos here and there, but they didn't really go into detail. Like they didn't really they only was pretty much regurgitating what he said. And what he said is probably not going to go over well with that team. It's probably not, because his grievances should be done probably behind closed doors. That's the best way to do it. Because we talked about yesterday about burning bridges. So some things are just best to talk to the coaches on. And I understand why he went to YouTube. He probably was frustrated that he didn't play much this year. He played. He got some playing time. I believe he was on special teams, right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. That's still playing. And yeah, it's his second time because he got at another YouTuber. There's I forget the dude's name. He used to play wide receiver for a what do you call it? HBCU. Anybody know his name? Because I'm old. I can't. Everybody name be slipping me. I'm not good with names, but I'm good with faces. But he used to play in the HBCU. He was a wide receiver. In fact, I remember him when he played. Mad Dog. I remember him when he played, actually. I remember him. Because I had a chance to go to HBCU. I had a chance to go to a few of them, but I just decided I didn't want to play no more. And a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, went to Grambling. Really good friend of mine. He played under Eddie Robinson at Grambling. He was a center. He played the center position. And a lot of my high school teammates were getting recruited all throughout the HBCUs, including myself. But some of us, we didn't want to go that route. It's just like I looked at my skill set. I was real with myself. That's not something I really wanted to do. But one thing that I do know from playing and playing for old school coaches, you got to go to them because they will respect you more. You got to go to them. Like you got to go to them behind closed doors. That's how they operate. Coach Prime is an old school type of guy. He even says it. He's old school. And most of his coaches on that team, they're old school. Even the defensive line coach has been around forever. He's an old school coach. Now, Coach Nick Williams is younger. He's younger. He can, he's more close to their age group. But he's still older though. But he's more close because he was the one that I think he said he had that hit on Tim Tebow. So he's around that age group. But the rest of the coaches, man, they've been around since the 80s, man. So they think differently. So there's a clash. There's always going to be a clash when you have a losing season. This is nothing new. This is not the only team that's going through it. There's other teams, but you probably won't never see it in the media though. It's very, you'll see players rant in the media, but it's rare. But sometimes you see it. It's not out of the ordinary. But I get why Willie Gaines went on his rant. I get it because he is a proven player. He can play. I had said that yesterday. I don't know. I don't know if anybody said I clickbaited. Please let me know because I was actually going to bat for him here and saying that he really is a good player. And I actually put out a short yesterday showing some of his clips that he really is a good player. But then some people like corrected me. They said, wait a minute, Max. Well, he's a good player, but it could be somebody better than him. That's true. And I do like what Xavier Weaver did this year. He had a very, very, very good year, despite, the record doesn't reflect the type of year he had. Stat wise, he had a really good year, a really solid year. He's actually 90 some yards away from 1,000 yards reception. That's really a good season for him. And that's going to propel him to go to the next level. I haven't yet seen Tavares Dawson come out in the media and complain. He could have got more playing time, but I don't see him coming out and saying that. But, everybody is different. I'm not saying he will, but you got to do this behind closed doors. This is a lesson for everybody. You got to do it behind closed doors. This, even if you're in the business world, you're just not going to go to your office and going to rant in front of all your coworkers. That's not going to get anything done. You got to set up a meeting and you got to professionally go in and present yourself the right way. Not say get it in blood. That's gang shit. So if you want to be a gang member, go be a gang member. If that's what you want to do. But when you say get it in blood, I don't know what that means. That's not professional. And that's not going to go over well with these old school coaches. It's definitely not. That's not going to go over well. I don't even suspect him to get any more playing time this year. Not in the next game. I don't see it. Actually, I see Willie transferring at this point. I see him transferring at this point because anytime you go to the media, because anytime these players come out to the media, it's going to make the whole overall program look bad. And the recruits are watching. That's what I said yesterday. And I'm not saying anything wrong. Somebody else said that, this people are just talking. No, I'm not just talking because people be regurgitating what I'm saying. So I'm not just talking. It's just that I'm just giving you real life common sense here. You got a problem with your playing time, You go to every meeting, you're doing everything right. Tell your position coach that. What is it, Bartolone? Is that the wide receivers coach? Go to him and say that, look, why am I not playing? He probably already did that. I don't know. But when he went on a rant. He did. That's not clickbait. You were complaining that you weren't playing. You said you got a family to feed. Football is not the only way to feed your family, by the way. But you say you got a family to feed. I don't know how you feed your family off college football. I don't know how you do that. Unless we can draw inference off of that as well and say that you're talking about NIL. Because this seemed like it's performance based. That's what it seems like. The more and more you get featured, the more and more you play, it seems like the more money come your way. So maybe that's what you're talking about. But you can get a job in the off season if you want to feed your family that way. But I understand it. There's money floating around on that team. I get it. There's money floating around on that team. It is. But it's all based upon what you do on that field. If you dominate on the field, then you play. But see, his grievance is he's doing everything right. He has a 3.7 GPA. He go to every meeting. And he's been riding the bench this year. Why? That's a question he got to ask Coach Prime and his position coach. Not go to the social media, because now I'm going to explain to him how YouTube work. YouTubers, it's okay to blame YouTubers, but you got to blame all of them. Like when he was talking about smoke, Fox News, they're not going to sit there and talk about Fox News. Why don't you go to them? And, like, why are y'all reporting it? YouTubers are going to take the story and they're going to report on it. That's what they're going to do. They're going to vlog on it. If you put something out there, see, you're on a high profile team. Anything you say that's perceived this way is going to get reported on. It's going to. It don't matter what it is. Just like, for example, I didn't report on this, but anything y'all do, you can blow your nose the wrong way and somebody gonna say something. Case in point, Kermani McLean had posted a short one time, just him driving down the throughway, and then somebody happened to see. I'm not gonna say who said it, but y'all know who made that video. They made a video on it talking about he going over the speed limit when the speed limit is like what, 80, 85. So he wasn't really going that fast based upon what the speed limit is out there. But they still reported on it, and he took the, it was just a story that he posted, so it was going to be deleted anyway. But then somebody made a video on it. Someone made a video on it, and then not too many people made a video on it though. I'm glad though, because that was like that's petty to make a video showing that he was going fast, which he really wasn't. He was going within the rules. I think you're allowed to go 5 over or something like that. He wasn't going that, he had the wheel, but they tried to like put it out there. I didn't do that here. I don't be doing clickbait, yo. I don't do that. I don't do clickbait. And if anybody say I'm doing clickbait, we could just go through the list right now. I don't do clickbait. Whatever the news is, I talk about it and give my opinion on it. And then I just keep it going like that. I don't make 2 and 3, 4 minute videos and don't be saying shit. I don't do that. Like usually it's a message or something, or I'm giving like my opinion. But it's never just like, I'm not even going to get into it. But I don't do that. I don't clickbait. This right here is not a clickbait. It just pretty much he went on a rant. And it went over wrong. I know it did. I know it went over wrong. I know it did with his team. I know it did. And now he's just trying to put it on a YouTuber saying that they're clickbaiting. Maybe some did, but I just don't know who it was. Now, as far as his video is concerned, let me explain to these YouTubers how this shit work. When you use somebody's video, right, and you don't have permission for it, then you just taking a gamble, right? We all do that, okay? But the original owner of that video was Willie Gaines. So if I grab it from somewhere, we both took the video. We both did. So we would have to both go to Willie Gaines if somebody decided to dispute it. That's how it worked. People rip my stuff all the time. Actually, some people rip my talking points and don't give me credit for it. But it's okay because that's like-minded individuals. But then when you steal my catchphrases, then I say, okay, now I know that person's listening. But it's not a big deal. So I just wanted to say that that person know who I'm talking to. But the original owner of that video is Willie Gaines. So if Willie Gaines want me to take it down, I'll take it down. If Willie wants me to take it down, if he send me a message, yo, take that video down. I'm gonna take it down. As a matter of fact, I think I will take it down. The reason why I think I'm gonna take it down is because he doesn't have that video on his Instagram no more. So pretty much he took it down, but see, it was too late. Once he was doing a rant, somebody was recording it. And then they put it up on their joint. So now it's out there. So I think I'm gonna take it down anyway because he obviously doesn't want that out there no more. He obviously doesn't. All he has to say is be like, yo, bro, can you take that down? And it's not a problem. But I'm gonna take it down anyway because it's painting him in a bad light. It really is. So I thought about that. I was like, I gotta take that down because he said some stuff out of frustration, and it happens to the best of us. I say some stuff out of frustration, but once I do it, it's already out there. Like it's no way for me to take it back, if somebody burn it, if somebody record the video and stuff. So I get his frustration on that. So I think I'm gonna take that video down. Because at the end of the day, I would like to see him still play there. Because I honestly think he has a lot of talent at the wide receiver position. He has a lot of talent. I don't know why they didn't use him. Sometimes it's just not enough ball to go around. I had said that in the beginning of the season. I said it was a good problem to have when you got so many skilled players on that team. That's a good problem to have, but you're going to have a problem because some people are going to feel slighted that they didn't play. And that's what we're seeing right now. I wouldn't be surprised if more people start talking when the season is over. You know, um, I wouldn't be surprised there. Um, especially when you have a situation where you're scrambling around to find linebackers and you got Demoy Kennedy out there. Why are you not playing him? And he's fast as fuck. Now, somebody had made the argument with me about Cavarcier Smoke. They said, well, Max, he only ran for 1,500 yards. That's what somebody even said today. He only ran for 1,500 yards. Well, damn, but my point was, you're missing my point. My point was, damn, he's a fucking senior. Just let him get a little burn for senior day. Fuck. That's all I was saying. Let the dude get some burn. Because it's obviously the personnel that you have is not working. And that's a fact. You won one game in the Pac-12. One. So pretty much you did the same thing you did last year. No, there's no change. The only change was you did win 4 games, but you're last in the Pac-12. So that means your scheme is not working. So if it's not working, he's not going to help. He's not going to hurt it if he gets in a game. Willie is not going to hurt it if he gets in a game because what y'all doing ain't working. What you got ain't good enough. That's what you're saying. But I like to think that it's the coaching, though. That's what I like to think. It's more so the coaching. Because I feel like you have an adequate enough talent on that team to win, but it's the coaching. That's the way I feel. I don't think it's the players. But then I'm like, damn, guys, how you can be so cold? How can people in this world be so cold, man? You know, like it's his last opportunity just to play a little bit of college football. Let him get that. Let him run the ball, man. It's not a big deal at this point because y'all ain't going nowhere anyway. So put him in the last game and let him rock out. But here's the problem, though, that y'all gonna run into. If y'all put him in the last game and he run for 120 yards, all y'all need to be fired. Every last one of you. Because that's gonna make y'all look crazy if he do that against Utah, against their starters. That'll make y'all look crazy. So I don't think y'all gonna play him anyway. That's all I was saying. I'm really going hard on the coaches. I've been going on hard on the coaches for the past 5 weeks. I've been going hard on the coaches. Everybody know that. I'm not even going hard on the players. But when he say YouTubers, he wasn't specific. He talking to me. Now he's talking to me, and I'm gonna address it because you weren't specific. And I made a whole live on you, begging you up, saying how good you are, which you are. I'm not gonna change that. You got 4.3 speed. See, a lot of people might not know that. You got 4.3 speed. A lot of these people listening right now, they didn't watch you at Jackson State. They don't know you got 4.3 speed. He do. He got 4.3 speed. He's probably the fastest on the team, him and Dylan. Probably the fastest on the team, man. Tavares is fast too, actually. He's fast too. But SRT is proven he is fast. You seen the clips of him. I put some clips up of him. He is legitimate fast. He's fast just like that Dylan, the same. But it's just not enough ball to go around, I guess. So that's what I wanted to say there. But he got to understand something, or any of these players. If you put something out, somebody gonna talk about it. If ain't nobody talking about you, that means you ain't popping. Y'all are popping up there. So whatever y'all do, make news. Maybe y'all not used to that, but you got to get used to it if you're playing for Coach Prime because he brings the attention up there. You guys might not realize what y'all got as a coach up there. He really is him. You know how y'all say I am him? No, you're not. You didn't win no Super Bowls. You didn't win no national championships. You didn't win the Thorpe. Okay, you didn't win the Buckets. Until you do that, then you can say you're him. But he is him already. He's already won the Thorpe. Okay, he already got drafted. He already went to several Pro Bowls on different teams. He already wanted this, everything. He can say he's him. You can't say you're him and you ain't win nothing. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you. You cannot say you're him and you ain't win nothing. The stats don't mean nothing if you ain't winning. And that's a fact. That's not up for debate. And I know people won't get upset with it. Stats don't mean anything if you're not winning. Period. There's no way in the hell Coach Prime accept being one game in the Pac-12. He doesn't accept that. And he's having a problem with it because he feel like you guys are not giving it your all. Because he said it. He said, the NIL is cool, but it's making people soft. He can see it. He can see it. You're not putting much time in the film room. He don't feel like you're busting your ass enough because he keeps saying it. So he don't feel like he got it yet. He's not accepting this. Even though he's a first year coach and he just put the team together, in his mind he still don't accept it. It's still a fail to him. And sure as hell he's not going to accept somebody's coming out to the media talking down. He's not going to accept that. And he a Leo too, because I'm a Leo. We don't accept that. We'll respect the fact if you come to us personally. So I already know what you're dealing with. I already know. I wouldn't be surprised if this young man transfer now. And then he gonna have to sit out and then wait a year unless he go down a level, which I don't think he's gonna do. He got the skills where he could play in the Power 5. He actually has those skills where he could play in the Power Five. His attitude is a little janky, but as far as his skill wise, he could play in the Power Five. He just got to work on his attitude. He definitely got to work on that attitude. You're not a gang member. Calm down. You got to work on your attitude, young man. Young man. So I already gave him his talking to. How's everybody doing? Now, if Prime is not rotating his players, that's where Willie Gaines have to be a man and go talk to his positional coach. This is a meeting for his positional coach. This is not a head coaching meeting here. This is a positional coach meeting because he's a wide receiver. You got to go to wide receiver coach. You think he would have got away with this if he was playing with Alabama? They would have kicked him off the team already. He would have been off the team by this morning if he was at Alabama. But he got the skills to play, but just got to work on his attitude as well. And I already know that just the way he was reacting. But I do understand his frustration. I could show you right now just one short I made to show you that he can play. Everybody know he can play. But I guess they felt they already had their receivers, man. There's nothing you can do. I can't argue with you if you say, well, Max, we got Jimmy Horn, we got Xavier Weaver, we got Javon Antonio, we got Michael Williams. I can't argue with you there. You know what I'm saying? I can't. They're good. They're good, man. So I can't argue with you. Tavares Dawson, you know what I'm saying? Or whoever else they played. But there's other great wide receivers there too that got skills that hasn't played yet, like Wasim. That kid is good. I've seen some of his film in high school. Man, you talking about fast? He fast too. They got other players as well. But you got to be professional, man, in this business. You know, but I understand there's a lot of money on the table. Players want to play. And I think this thing is performance based because I started just studying it more and more. And, you know, as far as this NIL thing, it's performance based. Like the better you play, the money is coming to you. So I understand why players want to play. I think if it was me, I would go to a team where, you know, that I know I can play in, you know, if I really wanted to be the man. Like, I might not go to Miami, even though Florida State might be my dream school. I can't play there. I might have to go to another school, like Liberty or something. Now, there's been players drafted out of there. If you're good, you'll get drafted no matter where you come. If you see the last draft, you're like, damn, that dude got drafted out of that school. It's just that he was good. So you can get drafted anywhere, but I just want to go somewhere where I can play. That's what Chance did. He went out wherever he went out to. He wanted to go play. Even though I think he could have played here, but he wanted to go where's best for him, which I understand. That's all you got to do. Go to the best situation that you know you're going to get some burn. And I think you'll be all right. Like, but I understand why he wanted to go play with Coach Prime because he figuring like, look, I already got a relationship with him. He know what I can do. I was featured with Shador Sanders a lot, so they know what I can do. So I can go in here and really, you know, ball out here in this Power Five. You know, and look what happened with what's his name? Silman Craig. He came from Jackson State. He played damn near every game. And he got meaningful playing time. But I understand why he playing, but he played, so I guess he like, damn, why can't I play? I don't know, man. You know, we don't know. But the fact that you came out, we gonna talk about it. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Some people gonna talk about it. Yep. But to be fair, Willie Gaines, I'm gonna take that video down because I know you don't want that still floating out there. I know you don't. So I'm taking that joint down. All views ain't good views. Do y'all feel me? All views ain't good views. Let me tell you, it's not. But I've been around this game long enough. I've been around this YouTube game for about 10 years. No, not 10 years. I'm lying to you. 9 years. No, it has been 10 years. I had something before that, but then I took that down. Yeah, about 10 years. You know, this is my hobby. I love talking. I love because the reason why I got into YouTube mainly to overcome my social anxiety of public speaking. I had that form of social anxiety of public speaking, and this was a way to overcome that, which I did. But it took a couple years to do it, to work on it. But that's how I overcame, because that was paralyzing me professionally. I had to get over that, and it helped. So that's why this is why I do it. And I saw that Coach Prime went to, Boulder. I'm like, wait a minute, I want to talk about this. But then I said, it's going to come a point in time where it's going to get real, because something is going to happen and I'm going to have to be honest. So here we are. I'm going to have to be honest. I'm like, man, I got to tell it how I see it, man. But I understand some people approach, you don't want to say nothing wrong because you don't want to, you just don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But that's good. I'm not going to do that. So you might think I'm just talking, but I'm speaking real life right here. You might think I'm just talking. That's what you might think. Oh, you just talking. See, that's how these young folks are. They don't respect their elders. Talking about he just talking. Talking about he just talking. Right? He just talking. Oh, he just trying to minimize what I'm doing. Oh, he just talking. No, I'm not. I'm sitting up here. I ain't say nothing wrong yet. I'm sitting up here trying to help this young man. He need to go talk to these coaches behind closed doors. And they'll be okay with it. They'll be like, okay, we understand you made a mistake. It's all good. Just keep working. And then he'll probably play next year. Because Weaver is leaving. So that's a position open right there. Horn might go to the draft. What is he like? Third, fourth, fifth round pick. So he might go to the draft. So that's another position open if he decide to leave. I know Weaver's leaving because this is last year. I'm not sure about Horn yet. But if he do, okay, cool. So he going to the draft. So now you got another position open. Oh, they gotta play me now. You know what I'm saying? But then you also talked on Smoke situation. Like, yeah, man, Smoke is, that could have been me. That's what you said. So you just got to watch what you say, man, and just go to your coaches. That's the deal. So I don't just be sitting here talking. Put that on blood. Now, what does that mean? Can somebody tell me that? What does that mean, man? Put that on blood. So you a gang member? What does that mean? What does that mean, Put that on blood. What does that mean? But anyway, I don't want y'all. I don't know. Gang talk? Okay. Gang talk. Well, I don't know anything about the gang talk. That could mean anything. You said Horn is coming back. Only Weaver and Antonio are wide receivers leaving, unless a young one transfers out. Okay, so there we probably have our answer there. Let me see. So he's coming back. You said it. We don't know what put it on blood mean. We don't know what that means. I don't want to piss this kid off if he's really that deal. I don't know what that means. Okay, so he come back. I could see him coming back. But Weaver, yeah, this is last year in Antonio, right? So there's 2 slots open up that he can compete for next year. That's just all it is. You know how coach said you ain't afraid of competition. You just got to compete. You just got to compete, and you'll get on the field. Because mostly everybody got a chance this year. I mean, I would have liked to see Smoke run it, but at least he got on special team. Because I remember when I played, people were dying to play on special teams because that's how we'd get out there and play. Especially if you're riding the bench, and it was an honor to play special teams back then. Shit, and special teams, because especially if that was your only assignment, because we had a small school, so that probably wasn't your only assignment. But if that was your only assignment, you had it gravy. Like, okay, I'm gonna go on special teams, do my thing. All you had to do was hustle. Like if you weren't hustling, then yeah, you off special teams. But if you were hustling, you're gonna stay on special teams, and then you'll be on the practice joint. They put you on the practice. So you're on a team. You still get a jacket. Like when I was coming up, that means you still got a Letterman jacket. And when you go to the parties and all that, I know that don't mean nothing now, but we used to go to the parties, you know what I'm saying? That's how we used to get numbers. You know what I'm saying? Look at me, I got a jacket. You know what I'm saying? I got a jacket. She's like, oh, I didn't know you play football. That's what they used to say. I didn't know you play football. I'm like, look, I barely play, right? Look, but I be lying. Yeah, I play a little football. Knowing I barely play. You know how they do freshmen, right? You know how they do freshmen, you barely. But special teams, if you played the whole year, you pretty much played the whole year, so you're on the team. So I don't see nothing wrong with special teams, but I would have loved to see him run a little more. That's all. You said he already burned the bridge. Let me see. Oh shoot, Firefly, give me a second. Thank you. You said he already burned the bridge. Best options to transfer. Now, you know what? I wouldn't even go to a lower league if I was him. I would just, I don't know. I would think I would just stay there. I don't know if he could stay. If the coaches ain't tripping, I would stay in Boulder, man. I like the scenery up there, and I'm getting my education, and I'm getting a free education. Please, man, I ain't going nowhere. I'm like, Coach, my bad. See, I know how to talk. I know how to run my mouth. I'm like, Coach, my bad. I was tripping, right? I was tripping, dog. He like, no, you wasn't. The dog, I was tripping. Coach, I was tripping, man. Let me go ahead and go back to class. Coach, I gotta, what I'm saying, I'm doing good, Coach. I'm gonna stay out the media. How about that? You said go on vacation and leave you two off, no lives, careful in traffic, get some flowers for your host, do something nice for yourself. Oh, I appreciate it, Firefly. Ain't no time off though. I vlog every day. I got multiple channels. Ain't no time off. I'm just kidding. Thank you. I appreciate it. You said fired is Dion. No, that's a friend of mine. Firefly is a friend of mine. That's a personal friend of mine. That's a personal friend of mine. She's an OG. She's a personal friend of mine. But that's from our other channel. But no, but now hold on. Now you said Dion making money for YouTube. You're absolutely right. You absolutely right. It ain't come my way yet, but there is a bag somewhere up in here. If you know what you're doing, I just ain't get there yet. Thank you, Firefly. Um. Oh yeah, they go Peter with the fake. Yeah, damn. Hold up. Hey, Firefly, do you know Peter? The last time you did that, Peter said something. And Peter didn't say nothing like for the past 2 days. He ain't said nothing. Peter, who are you, yo? Every time Firefly do that, you say something. You said it need a fake $200. Dion money drying up. Too many losses. There ain't no money coming my way. I gotta work, yo. I'm off today because the bug hit me. I'm sitting up here looking like Coach Prime right now. I'm like, damn, something going on. But I got my remedies I was taking. And I got to take care of it now. I got to be careful being sick around my mother. I don't want to get her sick. That's the last thing I want to do. Let me put this back up here for Peter again. Hold on, Firefly. Hold on, because take that, Peter. Take that. Take that right there. I am going to get some flowers, by the way. I got somebody, Firefly, traveling with me. My niece is traveling with me. So she going to do much of the driving because she got her license, so she want to drive. So I can just sit back. And I believe her boyfriend coming with us because I'm going to drop them off in Manhattan because he never been to New York before. So I'm going to drop them off in Manhattan and keep going, and then they'll drive with me on the way back. So all I can I'm just gonna sit in the back seat. I'm gonna sit in the back seat and get chauffeured all the way up north. And she was like, "But you gotta help us drive." I said, "He got a license, don't he?" She was like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, yeah, y'all driving. That's what's happening." So I have chauffeurs. I'm just surprised you wouldn't acknowledge him. Acknowledge who? Acknowledge who? Jen, who I didn't acknowledge? Hold up, Mathis? No, he's not. Hold on, let me see something. No, he's not. Let me see. I don't see him. Y'all sitting up here lying. If he is, what's up, Mathis? If he in the house. Um. Oh yeah, he is in. I think that is him. What's up, Caleb? Caleb in the house. Shout out to Caleb. I'm just sitting. He know I be sitting up here bumping my gums, man. I don't be harming nobody. Yo, what's up, Caleb? He know I be sitting up here bumping my gums. Now Caleb got some playing time this year. He damn sure did. And he gonna get some playing time next year too. But shout out to Caleb in the house. Shout out to him. But that's all I had to say about Mr. Gaines. Keep it off social media because people are gonna trip. They're gonna say something, but I'm gonna take that video down though. I'm definitely taking that down. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take it down right now while I'm at it, because as old as I am, I'm gonna forget. I'm taking it down. Hold on one second. Because that's all he need. He don't want that video to keep being up there. Where is it? I'm gonna keep the short up though. Yeah, that live yesterday going down. Just let y'all know. It's a one and done. That live is a one and done. It's done now. I took it down. What you mean Caleb transfer save himself? He getting playing time. What you talking about? He ain't going nowhere. That's like a Santana Moss right there. He can run routes really good. He already know that. I call him the route god. So he ain't going nowhere, man. That's a playmaker right there. And he played on special teams. And he got the first tackle. That was in the TCU game. I think he got the first tackle recorded. That was in the TCU game. Nah, he ain't going nowhere. I hope not. Nah, he been solid this year as a true freshman. You said the comments are funny. I know the comments are funny. And they they be trolling me too. They be trolling me. But that's all good. But that was for Peter. Peter, I had to put this here donation back up for you, Peter. There go Peter right there. Peter, you see that, right? He said it's a fake $200. He said that the last time. No, Firefly is a personal friend of mine. She know I'm about to hit the road in a couple days. She's like, let me go see what Mac's doing. You said Caleb an underdog. He's really him. He played all year. Like I said, back when I played, man, we was dying to get on special teams. I remember that's the only way as a freshman we got burned. And we got these back then we used to get these leather jackets. You said I'm not booting Peter. He's fake innocent. No, don't boot Peter. Don't boot nobody. Because I just realized I get more trolls on here than anything. But we have a lot of good people in here that don't troll me. But the rest, they do be trolling me, but I'm used to it. Just let them troll me. You know, I just be speaking my speech. That's about it. So what do y'all got going on for the holiday? What's up, Miss Lovely? Miss, you said why people saying Shadur won't be playing during Utah? If he, I can see him. Why won't he be playing? If he not hurt? I mean, at this stage of the game, everybody playing with some type of injury. But he'll probably play. I could see him playing. I don't know. I hope he play. Man, it was funny as hell. The guy that was on the other night, the night before, remember he was like talking down and stuff. And the reason why is because he'd been losing money. That's why. Remember he said he lost $600. So that's why he was a little salty. But the players ain't got nothing to do with that. If you sit there and bet money, you bet money on your own free will. I hope he play against Utah though. You said that YouTube money? No, you said it's fake, Peter. And you don't, that's the only time you come out of the bushes is when I get a donation and you come on out the bushes talking about it's fake. But it's all good. The trolls, I told y'all I ain't blocking nobody no more. I'm not doing that. I unblocked everybody because with sports talk, you're gonna have people that's just gonna disagree. But I don't care about the disagreeing, but the trolling. But I don't care at this point. Let them troll. You said Peter is Upshaw. Nah, Peter's an actor. He's active in here, so let him be. Caleb, y'all must got off today. Y'all don't have no practice. Y'all got the last game. Damn, this season went by fast. This season went by fast. It went by too fast. I'm gonna tell you what I think might happen though. Y'all mess around and beat Utah, right? Y'all gonna mess around getting a bowl game because there has been situations where teams getting bowl games with five. It has been. You can go back in history and check. See, you guys are the biggest show in town. You guys sell tickets, and that's a really big thing. So I really can see y'all getting invited somewhere because ain't nobody else talking about no other team. You ain't see me talk about no other team all year except for the Jets. And you know how that is. I ain't talk about no Alabama, nothing. We've been all Colorado. That's it. And so that's a big thing. You selling tickets, man. Money talks in this world. Bullshit walks, money talks. You said you see the Pac-12 change eligibility rules to 5-7. I didn't see that. Was that today? No, I didn't see that. I didn't see them changing the eligibility rules. You said fake $200 sent to NIL for Colorado score, but they already got this scoreboard. Oh, they changed it the other day. So you can get in with 5, right? Yeah, see that's what I'm talking about. That's why this last game is in mess around and win this last game. Y'all in a bowl. Watch. I'm telling you, man, that's good business. You said a game that the what Eagles versus Chiefs. Who you got on that game? I got the Eagles winning that. You say you don't need a scoreboard. I like their field. You said Smoke will have a good combine and a good pro day. Who was that player we were talking about yesterday that got in the league? It was what is his name? He what was his name we were talking about? He got in on special teams. That he was a running Terrell Davis. Yeah, Terrell Davis winning that route. You think Utah is beatable? Of course. Every team beatable. But trust and believe. Y'all beat Utah, you on your way to a bowl game. Period. And it has to be that way. Ain't nobody else selling them tickets like y'all selling them. Shoot, them tickets is more than Yankees tickets. When I was looking at those tickets up there in bowl, I said, "Oh hell no!" I said, "Hell no!" You mean to tell me these tickets more than Yankee tickets? Yeah, they're the biggest draw in town, fam. And it's gonna be like that next year. Listen, they're going to the Big 12 next year, right? Every game gonna be sold out. Every single game is gonna be sold out. Every game. And all eyes are gonna be on them again. Everybody gonna be talking about them in the off season. They ain't gonna be talking about nobody else. And that's just what it is. That's what Prime bring to the table. What Peter talking about? Peter is man, Peter, you worse than what's his name? What's the other dude that come up in here? Nah, Peter, he gotta play. Nah, fam. Shador got to get in that whirlpool bath and some Epsom salt. And he got to play. Yeah, Joe Toes. Yeah, D. Well, he worse than Joe Toes. I unblocked Joe Toes. I unblocked everybody. So all the trolls back in here now. All of them. Now that they know they unblocked, all of them back up in here to give it to me. But that's all right. What's up, Chronic Digital Media? Everybody thought you were a troll the other day, but he's not. That's a friend of mine. And Chronic Digital Media got an interesting story if he want to come up here and tell it. He was with Biggie before he passed. He used to run Chronic magazine back in the day. If anybody old school know about hip hop back in the West Coast, you know Chronic magazine. He got interviews with Snoop, everybody. Let me drop the link. Peter, you're not welcome though. You're not welcome. Don't even try to come up in here. You're not welcome. You're not welcome. If Chronic, you want to come in here real quick, he probably out and about. I'm sitting up in here trying to get rid of this damn cold before the holidays. Yeah, El Hombre Negro. That's another one. That's another one. He's been a lifelong hater. Yeah, you could come up. I'm gonna have to keep this picture up because I don't want nobody to sit up here and moon me or nothing. I want to make sure ain't no trolls coming up in here. Then I'll take the picture down. No, you free to come up, just as long as y'all ain't trolling. Y'all give me a break today on that trolling. And let's talk about this Utah game. And Cam Rising coming back. He already announced it. I figured he was going to come back because he was injured this year. So he's coming back next season to play. And but you know, he sat out the rest of this season. Yeah, Peter definitely hating. Now you ain't missed much, T Nicole. You ain't missed much. We just sitting up here kicking it. We got Caleb up in here with us today. You know, he on his day off, kicking it. You said Cam is him. He would play on Sunday someday. I could see that. Okay, let's see. Hey, what's going on, Solid Gold? Solid Gold, you there?
Yeah, what's going on, brother? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, give me. Yeah, I was just trying to set up everything. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. People say we trolling. Some of us, I don't. I disagree. Like me, I'm a football guy. I understand the
No, you
X's and
don't
O's.
be trolling.
Yeah, I understand the X's and O's of football. Now, can some of us be a little less critical of Coach Prime? Yes, but some of us that's calling some of the things that he do out, that's okay, man. That's called being held accountable for your actions,
I
man.
don't really hear you. I don't really see you going that hard though. I
Yeah,
be seeing you in other chats. I don't. You don't be going that hard.
yeah. See,
You just be giving your opinion.
yeah, see, I don't know, man. I just be like I said, I've been having a little free time in the daytime, so at night, I go to work and stuff like that. But during the daytime, I be listening to y'all talk about y'all stuff, and man, some of these dudes they just fans of Coach Prime without calling his I would say his faults out without being disrespectful. Now now you start becoming disrespectful, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
But when you really just calling his faults out, like saying that he needs to be more engaged with his team. He needs to get rid of his homeboys and bring in actual coaches. Uh, you know, stuff like that. Like for me, I'm real critical of J5. I always tell people I feel like he does nothing for the offense. I tell people that straight up all the time. I feel like the stuff that he brings to the offense, you can have, Dylan Edwards or a few other people do what he do in the offense and get the ball to them, and they'll be able to make a play. But people don't agree with that. And, it is what it is.
No, you don't like his play,
No,
J5?
what I say. Let me clarify that. I'm not gonna say I'm rephrasing. I'm not gonna say I don't like his play, but
Mm-hmm.
the type of offense that we run, that we
Oh,
ran this previous year, and
yeah.
what he's asked to do, he doesn't have enough wiggle room to be playing, catching balls from a bubble screen perspective. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, he doesn't. That's not his game. His game is running posts,
Mm-hmm.
flies. You know what I'm saying? Maybe coming off a motion and running deep. He can get behind some safeties. In some corners. That's his specialty. Is using his not his acceleration, but his top end speed to get open in plays. And what they were trying to have him do the beginning of the season to
Mm-hmm.
towards the end of the season, it was non-productive. And that's what I was like, well, what you asking him to do? And I used to ask this question all the time. Why wouldn't you not have Dylan Edwards doing it? He shows you that in space he can create plays. You know what I'm saying? He shows you that he can make a couple guys miss some tackles, in open space. Why would you not have Dylan Edwards doing what you're asking J5 to do? Now,
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
toward the last games, they've been opening up his route trees. But the reality is, if we was really looking at it, if you was going in the next season, and you can continue to ask him to do the same thing that you wanted him to do throughout the season, what could you say he could do that Dylan Edwards can't do?
Okay. I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why I've been real critical of J5. Now, if they open up his route tree, allow him to run some actual reps. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
routes. I said reps, but the routes. Then I'll take my opinion back for. But for right now, he don't bring anything to the offense that's gonna make coaches really say, man, we got to key in on this guy. Not at all.
Okay. Hey, Willie Williams.
Hey, how we doing, man?
Hey, good and yourself.
I'm good, good. I'm also tennis channel. I don't know why I came up with Williams. I'll change it. But that's my government name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of like with that group with my man, Solid Gold. Sometimes we're talking. My only, oh God, what did I want to say? My only pushback is that I'm a Deion Sanders fan. The reason I started watching Colorado and following Colorado, so I remember Colorado back in the days, man, where they were kicking everybody, but hated them. They was beating everybody. And so since
Yeah, in the
Deion,
early '90s. Yeah.
yeah, since Deion's been there, I was following Jackson State, so he came on over and started following him. And I feel that even though we're very opinionated, like I said, I'm a fan, and um, I think even though we're opinionated, sometimes those opinions can get lost into some criticism. He's a coach. He's the head coach. I'm not there at the game. I'm watching the game like everybody else, like on TV. And so calls that they make are coaches' calls, their judgment calls. But then sometime our group we get into a little thing. Well, if I was the coach, or if I was doing it, or I think he should have did it this way, you know, um, and it sounds like, I have been with the group and very good. That's very good group, and it sounds like it gets to the point of and this is just my opinion, like we're hating on him sometime, and I'm not calling you guys haters. All right,
Yeah.
I want to let
Hmm.
it get back there. Oh, you guys are haters. No, I'm not a hater. But it's and so because I was listening at some things today, and it was pretty much, I heard the thing about my man getting on there, making a statement and stuff like that, and I was just, I guess I'm from last night, from the other night, I'm still kind of fed up about, listen, when I played sports, and I said this the other night, when I played sports, man, I was dedicated to my team. There was this thing called loyalty, where you, no matter what was going on, you kept it all in house. Everything, whatever you didn't like the coach or whatever, everybody go
Right.
off and talk about it, but we still showed up for practice.
Hmm.
And I think my man was just pissed off at about a lot of things. Yeah, he's going through some personal issues, but I think he done blew it for himself there, man. I think he done blew it because you don't publicly, and we all know the situation, you know,
Hmm.
publicly. It's like me being married. Me and my wife is having some issues. And, I go to calling her the B word, and I'm talking to, just say, talking to this group. You guys don't need to know about that. That's between me and the wife. So, um, I don't know. That's kind of like where I'm at with it right now. Yeah, I hate to lose. Um, I hate the fact that we where we are right now, but that's the way it is. I believe next year we're gonna probably be the best thing to happen to the what is this? Is it gonna be the Pac-12 or the Big 12?
Big
Big,
12.
Big
Yeah.
12. I believe we're gonna be the best thing to happen to the Big 12, and so I bought into that. Okay, I'm sold on that. So my opinion is nothing. I'm a very positive person, dude. Can I live my life in negativity? So when I hear stuff that even sounds like it's even though it could be, you know, constructive, I guess, constructive, as we call it, constructive criticism, I'm kind of like, that's, because I told a group the other night, you don't know what you don't know. You
Right.
really don't know what you don't know. I know a whole lot of stuff, but man, I don't know what I don't know. So that's
Right.
kind of like where I'm at with it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Nobody knows the inner workings of that team. None of us do.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Black Enigma? You there? Oh, I guess not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Greetings, everyone. How's the Buffs Nation Daily doing?
I'm all
And
right.
my fellow panelists. Solid Gold, I have to say I love your attitude, man. The
Thank you, brother.
truth
Thank
the truth is not hate. Constructive criticism leads to solutions. And that's all I wanted to say. Chiming into my brother Willie Williams.
What up? What up, man? What up?
Yeah, so I'm here representing for the fair weather fans that, we armchair quarterbacks. And
Armchair quarterbacks. That's
Oh,
right.
and all I can say, relative to Coach Prime, we coming, baby. This season's over, but we got a whole new season coming,
Yeah. A
baby.
whole new season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
would think the second season is going to be really good because they don't have a whole year. They're bringing in some pieces. It's going to be everything is going to be on the upside next year. It's going to be exciting because they're in a whole different conference now. So wipe the slate clean, and we're off to another one. It's going to
I'm
be
gonna be
good.
I'm gonna be honest. If I was a part of that coaching staff, one of the things I would tell Coach Prime is, man, we need to focus 25 of our scholarships towards offensive linemen and defensive linemen.
Definitely.
Oh,
Like, go ahead.
yeah, I'm listening.
No, I feel like that should be the main. He needs to add at least 10 to 12 more offensive linemen and 10 to 12 10 to 12 defensive linemen, and then he needs to also focus that same amount of attention on the defensive line and offensive line, because the thing about what could cover a lot of deficiencies up with the offensive line is if you're rotating offensive line consistently or defensive line consistently to where you're putting fresh bodies out there, that where they're not exposed through three games, because most colleges do that. I mean, most good colleges rotate their offensive line and rotate their defensive line consistently throughout the football game. So if I was anybody on that coaching staff, that would be my main concern. These athletes, these two-way players, yeah, it's good to have them, but I would honestly just focus, like I say, my whole of my scholarship bulk will be going to offense and defensive line.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna. That's the off season. It's all in the recruiting. They're definitely gonna go out there and look. They're gonna be out there somewhere. You just gotta get them. Gotta find them.
Yeah, yeah. Because I actually met one guy. He before Coach Prime was supposed to go to Colorado. He actually got recruited by the previous coaching staff, and immediately, I actually met him in the mall because we was buying some jewelry, and immediately he had got a text. He was talking to his homeboy about it. I just was in the vicinity, and like I say, this is just God's honest truth. He was telling me how they took his scholarship away. They removed his scholarship, and he was a player from North Shore. He was a defensive end. And it was crazy, man. I was like, I'm thinking back in my mind, like, dang, no, that was one of the weakest parts of their whole team was their defensive front, and they took his scholarship away from him. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand that he was recruited by the previous coaching staff, not Coach Prime at all. But it's just crazy, like you know what I'm saying.
Where did he wind up going to school?
I don't know. I was looking. I was actually talking about that last night, and I was trying to look and see where it was. I couldn't find his. I know what number he is. But I couldn't find a roster with the number so I could find what his name was. I just met him at the mall, and he was telling me that he was happy because he was thinking about going. He was going to go play with Coach Prime.
Right.
But I guess they had took his scholarship from him at that moment. He was upset about that.
Oh man, yeah, that happens. I wonder what school he went to, but
yeah, I can look it up. Let me see if I
was
can.
He like a Was he like incoming freshman?
Yeah, he was an incoming freshman. He was a 3-star defensive end. Because I remember because he played for North Shore. And it was actually two people. It was him and the running back that I was talking to.
My bad, Big Worm. You in the back. I see you. Sorry about that. Big Worm was in the background.
Peace to the room.
Hey, what's going on, Big Worm?
Nothing much, man. I enjoy your show, Mass, and I want to say this, man. I've been following Coach Prime since I was a little kid, right?
Yeah, same here.
And I'm 43, almost 44 years old. I didn't buy into the hype. I just started following Coach Prime. Really, his coaching tenure when he was coaching in Dallas, and how some of the black folks railroad his whole thing. And it almost happened like that in Jackson too. It seemed like there was a blueprint that followed him to Jackson, where the black people. I'm not saying a lot of black people did some poor. I ain't saying that, but if you look at that situation that happened in Trinity, right? And it followed down in Jackson. Somebody been passing on information to them people down there in Jackson, and kind of went sour with that. He got up in bombs because the whole point. He really had no financial backing. He brought what he could to bring to him. We all know Coach Prime been acting like he been acting. That's him, right? But at the same time, they ain't gonna change that man confidence or how he do it. That just been him. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't have resources around him, he created that just to make sure that his kids get that, the students, the one that's around him, get that too. Yeah, if you say he took that and moved to Colorado, only thing Colorado can offer him that support system was what he had made a year. He accepted that was $5 million a year, right? Mm-hmm. So he didn't really had no backing behind him, but he had the resources in certain avenues, right? But the whole thing was he not only just advertised, he marketing it too. You get what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand, just like the brother said about the NIL, I think that was Golden Child. Mm-hmm. He mentioned that, right? And I think by them just accumulating the money that they just collected, you would see them start paying their linemen. You'll see them start doing that. And the one thing I want to say too, I think Coach Kelly need to tighten up or get gone somewhere, right? And they said that Sam was coming up. I was learning for the elderly people. They said you got to love them enough to let them go. You know what I'm saying? And you always see, Coach Prime said when he brought his people, right? He said to give them opportunities where they choose to leave and get better opportunities they can go to. But I think it's about this time that people stop, being his, still be his homeboy, but respect that and move on and want better for him. Because at the end of the day, bro, them guys went out there and played hard, did what they had to do, but their support system wasn't there from their position coaching. The position coaching knew who was good and who was out there. They chose not to go to Prime and pitch their idea. And the leaders that he chose, Coach Prime had chose for CU, they should have got together with a meeting and came to Coach Prime and said, hey, we've been trying to get these guys to come in and join together. We having problems in the locker room. We can kill this if you start having more, more accessible to us to have this conversation. Because really, honestly, truly, the close games that we lost, it wasn't from the guys. Yeah, mistakes gonna happen in football, right? We get it. I played in high school, you know, and I understand where the game coming from too.
Mm.
You know, overlooking harder, you working, they just overlook you just to do it. And you know what I'm saying? That was done, and I felt like it was done intentionally. But just go back, you know, when I'm saying the guys played their heart off, man. I want Coach Prime and them to win. You know, I want them to win. You know, I feel bad when they win, but I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? The hype didn't persuade me to follow Coach Prime. Been there. But like I say, you know, I felt bad for the guys. They worked hard, but the coaches, you know what I'm saying, failed them guys. I'm talking about the position coaches.
Yeah.
And then that's a bad thing in position. You know what I'm saying? We all know Coach Prime gave them, you know, the power to do what they had to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is gonna be the year where he shake back, get the guys in order to take full control and say, hey, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna allow these guys to step in and do what they gotta do. Cause we had weapons, bro, for the team to be put together in the short notice.
Right.
And won how they won, bro. I mean, it's there. It's written. You know what I'm saying? Them guys scattered all over the place. You might have a little Power 5 here, JUCO, you had high school. You know what I'm saying? Just too much going on in the melting pot, right? And for them guys to just win like they did, and this team went really together as morale, you know what I'm saying? Just learned each other, just got together. I think they did pretty good, bro, just to pick up a system that had to be hurry up and done. And like I say, if Shador start involving his other wide receiver, bro, they could have 1,000-yard apiece.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that running game need to tighten up too.
Yeah, I think they can definitely have to tweak some things in the off season. They're gonna have to, and if they do, I can see them doing really well next year because they have a lot of talent on that team.
Yeah.
Okay, I found him. I found him. He his name is Todd Leonard, and he ended up going to you. Yeah, his name was Todd Leonard because he was taller than me. He went to University of Texas, San Antonio. UT.
Okay, that's where he's at.
Yeah, that's where he's at.
Okay.
But yeah, he was originally recruited by Colorado before Coach Prime got there, and when he got there, they took his scholarship away from him.
Yeah, it happens when incoming coaches come in. You know, they don't have to stick with, you know, what was there previous, you know. Yeah, man. I think I see them making some tweaks and stuff. They're gonna have to protect Shador some more. And if they do that, they're gonna be rolling next year. They definitely gonna be team rolling.
This might sound kind of like contradictory, but I don't really think they're gonna make too much of a change. I really don't. And the reason why is because he really hasn't done that throughout his career. He hasn't really, and that's the issue. Like I feel like the biggest hindrance for Coach Prime is the thought process that people believe that as soon as Shador leaves, he's gone. And as long as Shador is in Colorado, I don't think he'll get the recruits that he wants.
I don't think it's going to be that drastic. That
was the reason why Winston Watson decommitted. He said that he don't.
Pardon me, but you just hit the nail on the head, and I think that's part of the issue that's going on behind the scenes with the other players is that feeling of, well, you just over here looking out for your kids, Dion.
I disagree. Them boys since they've been little, they've been set up. They've been doing these documentaries. They inherited some stuff through their father at that time. And then you got to understand, NIL at the time, even though when they were paying them under the table, a lot of them guys didn't get paid. If you go even look at Xavier Weaver, right, the way he almost hit 1,000 yards. If you went on look at I think it's the 1-3 with the NIL, which you can go look, you know how much that man getting paid? $46,000, $64,000 a year. You got one brother. I'm proud of him, but he ain't doing nothing. He's sitting. He ain't even playing. I think he on the practice squad and getting an NIL. I think the people that's around him, the family, when they go to these schools and understand it, like you said, Matt, you even mentioned it, and Golden Child and them, is my son gonna play? Is he gonna get some burn? Is he gonna get some action? You get what I'm saying? And if his son just up there for a certain type of deal, and his son want to be there, make sure you support your son by go out there and mark and sell your son to these advertisements and this and that and the third, these businesses and stuff. And that's been done, you know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying, you know, them boys been had that Chalupa before they even came. They was already set up before they went to Jackson. They was set up in training, they doing stuff.
Yeah.
If people don't know Charlo making beats, for real of them buying his beats and stuff. So it ain't like these guys, these kids been having the money.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
think the money is the issue. I think the problem is a lot of recruits feel that Coach Prime's not going to be there a year after Shadir's there. So why would I come in? Because you know, in college, you gotta, if you're a top 5 recruit, if you're a 5-star recruit, the idea is that you are someone that's fast tracked or supposed to be fast tracked to have the athletic ability to eventually play in the NFL. That's the whole idea of a 5-star, 4-star. That's the whole idea of the idea of recruits, right? Of having these scaling of their talent, right? Because they can say, well, this guy is supposed to be playing in the NFL. Well, if you're trying to get these players, the reality is they need commitment just as much as you want them to commit to you. And the reality is a lot of people don't feel like Coach Prime is going to be committed. Now, do I think he'll be there after Shadir leaves? Yes. But a lot of people don't feel like he's going to be there after Shadir leaves. They feel like he'll find something else to do.
I don't blame them. They should, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I feel like Coach Prime gonna be there for a while. Rich George, all that stuff Coach Prime doing up there in Boulder, Denver, Colorado, period. All that stuff he doing up there. I'm quite sure Rich George finna come to the table. It's a good thing that came out and said, okay, another school won't Coach Prime, and maybe they up his stock a little bit or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That could be a good thing or bad thing, but I agree with you, Golden. I wasn't blaming the kids. Say, okay, just like Matt say, you got good players on the bench that weren't even playing hardly, like talking about it. And them players right there was game changers. You know what I'm saying? And
here's what I heard. I heard Coach Prime say this in an interview because the question was asked him. He said there's been some concern, you know, among the parents, you know, word that somebody put out that you're not going to be here. And they asked Coach Prime, okay, so what do you tell the parents like that? He said, here's what I tell them. He says, I tell them that I'm here. Okay, that was part of it. He said, I tell them that I'm here. He said, my mama's here. So when all my mama want to know is that when she flushed the toilet works. He said, I've got kids here, you know, I got another daughter that comes down to every game. So his reassurance, and this is what I heard him say, his reassurance to any parent that comes and say, well, we heard that you're going to leave. I'm not going anywhere. So that's all we have to bank on. You know, if he says he's not going to go, hey, look, okay, your word is your bond. You know, whether that's change or not, I can't judge that. We can only
all due respect, sir. I don't think that's enough for people. And we're human. It's not.
It's gotta be.
Yeah,
it's gotta be.
It's not. And the reason why, and we're human. We're in. Okay, and I don't mean to interrupt you. We're human enough to say that just ain't enough, and people have to respect that, especially coming from, because the reality is, high school recruiting and recruiting these players, that is a multi-billion-dollar company business, right? So if you're asking me to trust you and wholly put my faith in you and say, hey, I'm gonna come up there and bring my talents out there, right? For one, and this is just facts, you're not giving me no NIL money. Now, I'm the person that believes that you have a better economical structure in Colorado than you would at anywhere else because of just the notoriety that they have. But the reality is he's not paying you no bag to come out there. So a lot of D1 recruits, that's all you automatically off my list. You ain't trying to pay me 25, 30, 40,000 just to come out there. That's out the way.
It's going to take about $5 to $8 million to rebuild the offense and defensive line. If that's what they want to do, they got to pay the bag.
They got the money. They need to up it up. They got the money, and what you Golden Child. I want to ask you a question, right? What would you do with that? I don't think Coach Prime is not flying out to the ones that he actually would need, right? Mm-hmm. And bring that. And what would you do with that? Because if that was me, I would have went out and talked to the guy, reassure him that I'm gonna be there, And if he do go to another school, he take him with him and secure a spot for him as well. But when you're trying to build that team, how would you do that for as, we all can drop a percentage of the bag and get him advertisements and, deals like that? How would you handle that situation if you was Coach Prime? Because like I say, I think he need to move in position coaches because they not really educating them guys, because they need to educate them guys on NIL to get an understanding. So I just want to hear what you think about that for as getting the guy ready to play for Boulder.
If I wanted to turn, if the question is how would I turn the program around and start heading in the first direction, the very first thing I would do is all my homeboys, I gotta shuffle you out, because the reality is he's not an X and an O's guy. He's a coach. Like, we can be honest, we can't take away his position as the head coach, but he's not a true X's and O's type of guy. So all my homeboys, y'all got to be. I'm gonna move you to an analyst role. We didn't made it. We didn't start it from the bottom. Now we here. But the reality is, in order for me to be taken serious as a coach, right, I got to put y'all in positions where I got to put the right people in position. That's number one. So putting the right people in the right position. Number two, I'm getting all my boosters and lining them up, saying, hey, how much y'all got? Oh, y'all got 2.5 million? Okay, that's about 7 linemen I can get. You feel what I'm saying? Or 8 linemen, depending on how much you really trying to pay the bag. That's just what that is. You're going to have to pay the bag to get these top echelon players.
Yeah, they got to pay the bag.
Yeah, after that, I'm in the trenches with these players, meaning I'm getting people, I'm hiring a staff. Hey, listen, I need y'all to go and evaluate all the talent across the United States. If they are 3 or 4 star, I need them to be evaluated, because the reality is there are only 22, 25 5-stars. There's only like 55 4-stars that could be rated 5 stars. So the reality is you're not going to get those. Most likely in the stage that you're at, you're not going to get those players. So you have to divide. You have to go out there and go in the trenches and find diamonds in the roughs, bring those guys in. That's where it comes from, the first part. You got the best people in the best position who can coach these guys up. The biggest issue that I had with Coach Prime is, and this is where I get on him about, I personally felt he's not putting his players in the best position to be successful on the football field. I personally felt that. Some people agree, some people disagree. I just, week in and week out, you're not doing anything to put your players in the best position to be successful, then you're not doing a very good coaching job.
But you can't really say that. And that's why I push back on that a little bit. But going back to what we were talking about earlier about the parents, here's the type of person I am. You guys don't know me. I don't have a lot of money. The only thing I have as a black man is my word. Okay? When I'm talking to somebody, I tell somebody I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. Okay? And we've gotten away from that. The basic thing to a relationship, oh yeah, okay, brother, I'll be there. I have people say they're going to be there and they never show. So, first of all, you got to be a man of your word. They've got to trust you. Okay? If they don't trust you, Max, if I tell you I'm going to do something and I don't do it, you can say, hey, well, that guy Willie, his word ain't no good. He told me he was going to be here and he didn't show.
That's already happened on the team already.
Yeah, you can't trust me because of what I said I was going to do and didn't do it.
But a lot of players don't trust Prime, though.
But that has to, well, then don't play for him. Go somewhere else.
And a lot of people have.
But you trust. I don't think we've lost a lot of people, though. That's what I'm saying. We may have lost 1 or 2, okay? But I don't think we've lost as many as you guys insinuating that we have. I've been watching the teams, too. I've been watching the games, too. I've been watching the practice. I've been watching all of our well-off media stuff. So
they might be there physically, but they might not be there mentally.
I agree.
They could have lost them there.
I agree.
That's why I said way back before when I introduced myself. That's why I said way back then, at that time when earlier, that the position coach is not putting their best players out there. I done seen number 6 did well in the 3rd game, I think. All of a sudden he just disappeared. Right.
But we go back.
You got number 14 did well. even though, he probably wasn't hitting the rooms like he's supposed to, study hall or with that. But, them guys producing, and all of a sudden they just vanish. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's Coach Prime per se. You know what I'm saying? I think he should have just checked them right. But you also got to look at the running back coach, that his assistant, what the hell he been doing. Not just only assisting with the running back, he ain't even really assisting with the team. It seems like he just flying off, going getting folks instead of just actually making sure that the team be involved by involving the good players to play. They could have won a whole lot of games, and a lot of good players were sitting on the bench.
But that seems like it. But is that really what's happening? I know. I mean, I know the running back coach. All of these guys, I've checked them out from Dallas.
Yeah, we did too. We all did. What I'm saying,
but it goes back to what I was saying. You either trust the person that's with you. You don't know me, okay? You've got a brother that you've been knowing him for 20 years. Who you gonna trust?
I mean,
You've been knowing for 20 years. And so,
trust myself first.
Because you got two people on that team. One of them he played football with, with the Dallas Cowboys. The other one been with him from the onset of when he first got started. Those two guys I would trust because there's
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We're not saying that. Say for instance, like Mass and Goldchild, right? They my homeboys, right? You know what I'm saying? They want the best. My homeboy will want the best interest for me. They're gonna tell me the real, and they gonna be real enough to say, hey, if I can't get you where you need to go, let me step back, let you go get this higher. But I can move you around to still be involved. But what I'm saying is, when you overlooking the good guy that's sitting on the bench, if they doing what they supposed to be doing and doing what they supposed, all to be doing it and doing, showing up, that's different. But I'm saying if them guys ain't really supporting Coach Prime like that, loving enough to let them go, and they all respect that. That's what I'm saying. If that be the case.
I don't want to take away from Coach Flea's achievements.
I ain't taking away from Coach Flea. I don't want y'all to think that.
No, I'm talking about from what I'm finna say. I don't want to take away from Coach Flea's achievements. But here's the issue that I have with Mr. Willie Anderson. Not Willie, I say Anderson. Willie Williams said. Okay, there's a difference.
You call me by my name. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, brother. There's a difference.
That is my name.
There's a difference between having that camaraderie and having love for your brothers and trying to bring them into the business that they ain't got no business being in. And I'm not saying I'm not saying that Coach Flea isn't a professional, but the reality is, right, he hasn't done anything from the coaching ranks to be a position coach. He just followed Dion wherever Dion was at, and Dion gave him a job where he was at. That's not an accomplishment.
But that's an opinion.
That's nepotism. That's nepotism at its highest form.
Please pardon me, gentlemen. Please pardon me, Willie. Once again, solid gold. Bingo! Ding, 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 ding. All right.
Well, that all could be true, but let me say something about recruiting real quick. As a friend of mine, his son is getting recruited. He's a junior in high school, but and they're going to colleges and stuff, so they see how this stuff is being done because they watch other players that's there with their family and stuff. And he was saying that you really got to interview these coaches. First to start with the recruiter, whoever your sponsor is, because they get a sponsor that shows them around campus and make sure they're okay. Yeah. And then you interview them, and then you'll meet with the position coach. You meet with the head coach at the end. Like that's like the end of the visit. But he said you meet with the position coach and you get all your interviewing done there. How's the education? What do you guys have with help with education? All that stuff, the living arrangements, the NIL, everything. And then the last interview is with the coaches. But what he noticed was with these high profile coaches, people are afraid to ask them questions. Like, where do you see my son in the grand scheme of things? And he said, you really got to interview these coaches. That's where the parents come in at. They got to help these players out because, Prime said he's not guaranteeing anything, right? What he's guaranteeing is you bring your son in, he comes out a man. Now, with some of these players, I don't know, I'm just speculating, but there's some money floating around in there, right?
There is, yeah.
You gotta. That's where your interview questions come in. How can we get a piece of that? What do we got to do? What,
Facts.
can I talk to some of the boosters? You know that. You know that right there, because if he wants to get some bona fide experience in there, I'm talking about sophomores that are on the track to go to the NFL, but they just got to wait one more year. He got to spend the money. The money has to be broken, not him personally. That's not up for the head coach to spend the money. It's up for the people that the
want that
boosters
program.
and the
Yeah.
you know, that's
These
up for them to
alumni.
spend the money,
Yeah.
but the money has to be broken somewhere. They
But
gotta pay for a quality line.
isn't
They
that
gotta pay for that.
though? Isn't the recruiters
That's not going to be free.
The recruiters that go and talk to the parents when they're going to recruit their players? Don't they give them that kind of information? And most of them are coaches. Most of the recruiters that recruit the players are coaches.
Like case in point. I remember we was recruiting Caden Proctor, right? Colorado. He ultimately decided to go to Alabama. His NIL evaluation is already close to $500,000. So they broke a bag with him. So the bag has to be broken in order to if they want to compete, like as far as they want to have like a line like Notre Dame, they got to pay for that. If they want to get some of these players off these other schools to come there, but if they want to just go the hardcore recruiting route and just go find the players, then they can go that route. But if they want to flip some players like off of Notre Dame and Iowa, Florida State, they got to pay the bag.
Yeah, and not to just diminish what you're saying, brother Old School. It's just the logic that you have. It was a logic they applied back in the 70s and 80s, and that the loyalty factor in sports has pretty much dissipated away. It's it's a very parasitic relationship. It's what can you do for me? What can I do for you? You know what I'm saying? And right now the ball is in the player's hand. It's kind of college football is like the NBA right now, right? These college players totally have a lot of control, a lot more control over these programs than what they had back in the early 2000s and even 5-10 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got to understand. Let's just take somebody in college football right now. What's a player? Caleb Williams. If Caleb Williams was to transfer right now, right, even though we know he couldn't, let's say he wouldn't transfer right now, he would handicap USC to the point where he could demand whatever money he wanted from USC, because they already know without Caleb Williams, we have no chance of winning. You feel what I'm saying? It's the same thing for what's another player? It's only the top echelon players. It's not all players, but it's the top echelon players that can handicap your let's say Shadur wasn't at Colorado. Let's say Coach Prime wasn't the head coach of Colorado, but Shadur was at Colorado. If Shadur said, man, you know what? I'm finna hop in this transfer portal unless y'all give me $5 million. There's a very good likely chance that school's gonna give him $5 million.
Yeah, he'll find it.
They'll find a way to pay him that money. It's the same, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I think that a lot of people are not really recognizing. It's just like the day where you kept your word and you lived up to your word. Man, listen, people have gotten hip. They not dumb. They know that these scholarships are yearly based scholarships. They're not for a full year rise like they try to tell you when you're in high school. They're not none of that. So they're gonna get what they can get and get where they can go. That's what that is. I mean, and we gotta respect that.
Well, let me just say this real quick. Thank you for the donation. He said, y'all forgetting that you need proof of concept. You're not going to convince a 4 and 5 stars to come here when you don't even know what your offensive identity is.
Exactly.
No, you can't talk NIL until they sign. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, that money talk is. Thank you, Chris. So yeah, that money talk is like behind the table, but it's like I don't know, like. That's why I'm waiting to see the recruiting news in the off season to see how that goes.
I got a question though. Ray Lewis said something. You know, he had a conversation about NIL. Have you heard it already, Max?
No, I haven't heard.
Go. Anybody heard it?
Yeah, I heard it.
What you think about? I watched it, and what you think about his response to that? Because you know he's saying it really wasn't designed to be that way. It was designed off the money that the school was making off of their jerseys and their likeness. So
Yeah. See what? Okay. So for people who don't understand what the brother's talking about, or didn't hear what Ray Lewis was talking about, Ray Lewis was speaking about the collectives that are created for these schools to pay these players. So, i.e., boosters, i.e., donors, i.e., all these, people that have, politicians, or people that just have backhanded, uh, what do I say, interest into the institution. So what he was saying is, you got these companies like HVAC companies, or who are advertisers for the school. They'll say, well, we'll give $200,000 if we can get this player over here, because we know that, what I'm saying? That's what he was talking about. He's talking about the collectives that are created to give these players money. Now, he was saying that it wasn't created for the NIL, wasn't created for that purpose. But just like anything, I don't care what people say, people are gonna look for the best way of doing things. And what I mean by that is, yeah, we understand that it was supposed to be derived from, jersey sales, ticket sales, what interviews from, it was supposed to be derived from that type of stuff. But the reality is, all that can be ushered under, it can be umbrellaed under something. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all understand what I'm
right,
saying.
right.
Yeah.
These things can be umbrellaed under something. So I don't know what person or what company just goes extremely by the rules, right? And here's a big thing, right? I'm from Texas, right? And I will give you, I know y'all got to just bear with me. Here's one of the biggest things that is making a shift in our country, right? A lot of employers are not hiring people outright anymore, right? They're not hiring you through the company and giving you the job. They're not doing that anymore. What they're doing is they're hiring you through a third party. They don't have to pay insurance. You know what I'm saying? Right. They don't have to do any of these things. They're using temp agencies to especially through labor, to get, what they need to be done. And if at any point in time their production slows down, they can get rid of you. They can just break the contract off, go somewhere else, or they can do that. And a lot of companies, especially in Texas, are doing this. It's the same thing, bro. These colleges are gonna take advantages of people. They're gonna take advantage of people, bro. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? If they can get $1 million from somebody to pay a player so he can come in and play football, they're gonna do that. We can't act like that's not happening.
Yeah, they gonna slow all they down, right? And when you look at the political aspect of it, they really pushing and trying to really slow this NIL process down. You know what I'm saying? Because it started weighing too much on the president of the school, and then they claiming they ain't got the budget to do it in this deal, right? So I agree with you, man. I think the government gonna step back in and make certain laws put in place and govern the NCAA to enforce NIL to be put in check. You know what I'm saying? And like I always tell everybody, them guys deserve their money. They go work hard and do what they have to do and bring this hard work to the field. I think they should get paid for it. But the NIL start looking kind of crazy to the other folks, right? And they gonna put it back in Congress to pass to get rid of it, kind of slow it down.
Yeah, like they have a player, I don't know his name, but he just got bogusly ripped off by some company. They gave him a $400,000 NIL deal, but the return interest was he had to give them like 25% of his careerly earnings for the rest of his life.
What?
Come on, bro. We to see. I don't know if y'all heard of that, but this, we gotta be real.
I heard it.
We gotta be real, man. Who would in their right mind? And what they're doing is, once you turn 18, you don't need a parent there. Now, a parent would even if your parent not financially smart like that, they got enough common sense to read the fine line, because they understand what comes behind signing your name on dotted papers, you know what I'm saying, that you don't fully have understanding of. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, eventually the government's going to have to step in with these NIL deals. because what's going to end up happening is you're going to have more and more players being robbed of their financial income by companies because they know most of these players ain't never seen $400,000 in their life.
You know, there's always a saying that ignorance of the law is no excuse, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, I already know.
I think that the literature need to be put in high school where they educate these guys. Cause you know, if you look at it with the copper color people, our people, right? When you look at that situation, even in just an example, the music industry, how they're getting over these people, giving away all they, you know what I'm saying, what they can do best, right? And they doing that same model. And I
Yeah.
don't want to mention them guys, them people names, you know what I'm saying? You know who doing it. And right now they came, you know, A-Rab messed them up over there, but that's another story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I just want to say one thing before I leave and get back to work here. It's been a beautiful bill, but I have one question before I drop down. This is to the brothers on the panel, as well as the people in the chat. And the question is as follows: do you think that it is at all probable that Buffs, Colorado Buffaloes can go in and get the win for morale going into the next season? The win this weekend, is it probable or possible? I'm out. Peace and thank you,
It's
Max.
possible. Yeah.
It's possible. I think they will get it, right? You know what I'm saying? But like I say, you know, Max, I appreciate your show, man. I've been following since seen. I said, man, you ought to do something every day. You know what I'm saying? It sound like a radio station when I go to, you know, I call work plantation, right? When I go to the plantation, I just watch your recordings over and over. You know what I'm saying? And
I
you know, you
appreciate it.
gave a different you give a different vibe and conversation to the bill. It is already appreciated. You know, like I say, when you get them downloads, you be dropping it. What did he do? And that's brilliant. You may be thinking like, I wonder why Saban did good. They would have stuck with the game. If they
Yeah,
kept running
it's
that bell
like
cow,
to
they would
provoke
have
them
won
to
that game. You know
respond.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like, what did he do?
I
yeah,
do
Max,
it to provoke you to respond. You feel the need to respond after you. I do it on purpose.
yeah, Max, you got that deep voice, you know. Oh, you know, I'm almost like Barry White. You don't know Barry White?
Yeah,
I
you
know
know.
Barry White.
I know, but
I can't sing like Barry White though.
no, man.
His voice is really deep.
I picked up on you, and the first thing that got me was the voice, and so I said, let me subscribe and listen to this brother, man. And he made a lot of sense, you know, because stuff you put out was very positive. It was very encouraging to a a Bucks fan, you know, and stuff like that. So you keep doing what you're doing, man, and we're gonna support you, or I'm gonna support you as
I
much as I
appreciate it.
can. You
Yeah,
know,
this is the first year where I really studied like the NIL because it's like changed the game.
yeah,
It's like because I remember back in the day, I was hoping that you remember that whole controversy with Reggie Bush, and then you had Chris Webber, the whole Fab Five. I was like, these players should get paid. It
yeah,
was no time in history after a while that five freshmen come along like that and make so much money for that university, and they don't get paid for it. And I was like, these players got to get paid. So now when I heard about the NIL and these collectives, they always been around. The boost has always been around. It's been under the table, but I thought it was awesome. And then I really started studying it. I was like, damn, this is really like free agency with some players. Not every player, but with some of these big name players, they treat it like free agency. Like they go to the highest bidder. It seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what we have to understand is that's what's transpired recently is just something that's going to happen when when business isn't going in the direction they need to be going. Like the reality is, the NIL and the transfer portal, man, it has brought more money to the NCAA than anything else could. You see what I'm saying? The NCAA probably felt like it was losing money. They tried to figure out what they could do, and they decided to go to the NIL because people say, well, they got sued and they eventually going to have to. They didn't have to do that. They could have said the NCAA could have implemented a rule where the colleges are each giving 50,000 and they have to give $2,000 to each player at the beginning of the season. You know what I'm saying? They could have implemented a rule like that to where they got paid for their talents and likenesses on the football field. They could have easily did that. but they wanted more money. You got to understand how much money Coach Prime has brought the University of Colorado.
Yeah.
Even J5 and even Xavier Reaver, all these Travis Hunter, all these players that have brought so much money to the city of Colorado, Boulder, Colorado. Then you got to think about it like Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams and USC, how much money he brought them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you somebody who's gonna bring a lot of money to whatever college he decides to transfer to. Malik Murphy. He gonna bring a lot of money to whatever college or Arch Manning if he decides to transfer. A lot of money to whatever college he decides they want to go to, bro. The NIL, the transfer portal, has brought the NCAA millions, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yep. They loving it. I don't think the NCAA gonna get involved in all that, right?
They don't want to.
When you got a lot of teams that ain't been winning like they used to, their NIL bust open the portal, and that portal kind of helped a lot of teams that have been on the back burner. Even the schools as well, you know what I'm saying? You know, certain schools, they just come win every year. They weren't getting the support from their fans and all that, right? And then when that portal opened up, you started seeing a whole lot of fans coming out to the schools that really weren't doing well and they're producing. So I think that's a big advantage that was done for that reason too. Just
look at the YouTube, like how so people don't understand how good YouTube money is once you really get off, you get your footing off. People, I have a friend, he has like almost 500,000 followers. Now I'm just gonna give y'all math. If he got 500,000 subscribers to his channel, let's say out of 500,000, let's give a realistic number. 15,000 out of his 500 subscribers are paid subscribers at $5 a month. How much money is that?
Is that those his numbers?
Yeah, those his numbers.
Yeah, he's bringing in a lot of money. What he do? You said $5?
Yeah, $5 subscription fee. Now he got different levels, but let's say you do the average, right? It's 15,000. So he
bringing in about 75.
Exactly.
A month after tax.
Shit, more than that.
That'll be about.
You tired about a month more than that.
That ain't including super chats. That ain't including
the
video residuals.
Apps.
Yeah, that ain't meant none of that. That's
advertisement.
So you got to think about it, man. And that's just and I'm speaking as that's just I'm speaking. That's just on college football and the people that have created a stream of revenue for college football. You feel what I'm saying, bro? The money game has gotten out of hand. And why would you cut the pipeline off? That don't make no sense.
Right.
I don't know. That don't make no sense.
If he got at least 15,000, giving him $5, that's a pretty good payday.
You feel what I'm saying?
Plus, you added on the donations and then this the ad revenue. He's probably bringing in about close to 95 to 100.
And I wasn't saying nothing in no super chat. Yeah. I wanted him to do it. Had them to send to the cash. I was saying, hey, do go this way because they said YouTube be taking a big chunk of that.
Yeah, that's why you see a lot of guys have their Cash App inside of their or they'll have like a link to another page which will have all that description on their page where you can go and donate to their Patreon.
YouTube could be somebody could be on some hating stuff and report your page, and YouTube won't even give your chalupas, man.
Yeah, I mean, of course you can't. You got to have certain content that. Of course you can't have like racist or bigot content or sexist content. You can't have none of that stuff. But if you talking like how we talking,
and you can't do violent content, you can't do violent content.
Yeah.
But if you're doing what Max is doing, and you just really just up here just talking about
just really talking, having a barbershop conversation.
Mm-hmm. Now the real money is when you start getting into politics. Then
I read it. I read debate about it right now.
Yeah, you gonna have, especially if you placate to some people, man. You just placate to some people's political views, but you go make some. I know some. Hey, listen, I don't be saying I know some people right now that placate to people's political views. Right. I'm talking about getting $10,000 donations, getting vehicles.
Yeah, the officer guy.
Wow. I'm talking about
Tatum.
And I don't even like him, but I know
see what he's doing.
Yeah. I know some dude placating right now. I said, man, you know what? That sounds like a good career choice. He worked for himself. He ain't paying. He got a employment staff. He living good. So, hey.
There's another guy. He's appealing to the Trump crowd.
Yeah.
He found his niche there.
the conservative twins.
Yeah, the
Hell yeah.
conservative
I
plans, right?
want your people to understand, and this I don't want to disrespect anybody, but I gotta call it how I see it. These people really have no skills.
Yeah.
They offer, and I ain't trying to be funny. I ain't trying to diminish what the work they have done and build their YouTube platform up to that point.
Right.
But when you look at the grand scheme of life, you got people like Aiden Ross, streamers, Kai Cenat, making literally
Millions.
15,000 to 20,000 each stream.
Yep.
Literally. Don't bring nothing to the table. No good advice. No blessings. All they doing is being just acting a certain way for the camera and getting paid stupid.
Yeah, but they're playing to a certain crowd.
the
They
heartstring
down to a certain crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They playing to the 25 and younger crowd. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. And these people literally, like I say, Kai Cenat, Aiden Ross, they making 25 to 15,000 a stream.
Yeah, the YouTube scholars. I know a lot of them, right? And massing y'all if you just floating around even platforms like with Coach Prime content or political and all this, it regurgitating information, man. And
So I'm gonna ask you guys, right?
So go ahead.
So what's stopping y'all from creating a page?
I'm gonna get started. I'm over there.
That's a good question.
I used to be in that Periscope. I'm over there at the other app too.
But do you have a YouTube page?
I ain't got that one.
You should create one.
I'm on Clubhouse though.
I got one.
You should create. You got the personality. You should create a YouTube page now. Like your thoughts on this right here. You should create a YouTube page. YouTube Solid Gold. And Willie Williams, you have a page, right?
Yeah, I've got one. I've got the tennis channel, but
yeah, the tennis channel.
And I've only got. I started that thing a long time ago, dude, and I don't have enough. I've got the content. Put on it. I've got plenty of content. Just too lazy right now to put it up. But I'm getting out of it.
To me, okay. So to give y'all a backstory, right? I feel like it's not what you do, it's how you do things.
Mm-hmm.
So for me myself, right, I've been getting on a lot of different public platforms on YouTube and Instagram, and my name is different. Not saying that you probably never seen it, but nobody really goes by the name Solid Gold right now. It's the reason why I got that name.
Right.
But most people are starting to identify me by coming up here on channels. So now
I see you on channels.
Yeah.
I see you all the time.
It's like I've learned, because I'm 32. I've learned it's not what you do, it's how you do things. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I've used the space that y'all allow us to come up and talk on y'all channel. So when I do drop my videos, right? When I do, that's Solid Gold. Let me see what he got to say.
Everybody
I feel like that's a little bit.
Already, right?
They already know me. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I've hopped on channels with 100 people on there, and I've talked on channels with 20,000 people on there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And my name is still the same, Solid Gold. Eventually you'll start seeing it around. I'm gonna stay away from sports. I'm probably gonna talk about movies and stuff, because I'm a real big movie fanatic and everything like that. And I want to give my my opinions about stuff like that. I want to talk about movies and kind of stay in that stratosphere. That's what I kind of want.
You probably should y'all should create a page. Like, for example, I think Caleb Mathis was in here earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If he start to vlog consistently, he's gonna get a bag.
Facts.
He's gonna get a bag like he ain't never seen. He's he'll get a bag because all of the attention is gonna be on him. It's gonna stay on them. This people saying, I see here the comments, the attention from Coach Prime is gonna die down. It's never died down since he got drafted. It's never died down on him. It's never have his whole career, and it's just like that. It's just, I don't know what it is. He just has something that it was just something that he always had. The attention is never gonna go away.
Hey,
it's never gonna go away.
Did you hear his story where he said why he started doing that? When he got out of high school, he had to market himself because that's the only way he had a chance to even play in college.
Right.
And I think he had a strategic way of doing it by paying for his education through baseball. And that's why he started doing it, because at the end of the day, the statement that I got out of it, you know what I'm saying, that ain't nobody gonna believe in you. The only best person that supports you is you. If you don't
We used
believe in
to go to
yourself,
the Yankee
you'll
games
never
just to
make it.
watch him steal bases. We used to literally go to the Yankee games knowing that he's going to steal bases. That's it. We knew he was going to get one. People used to bet on it during the Yankee games. How many bases he going to steal?
I thought I was him when I played summer leagues, shortstop. When I was stealing bases like he was, I take
Yeah.
the ball.
The
You
stadium,
know what I'm
listen,
saying?
the Yankee
50
Stadium,
yard base off the base.
bro. Yankee Stadium used to be sold out when he was there. For the little time he was there, Yankee Stadium was sold out. I remember as a kid, it was sold out. I don't know what it is about him. He just has something. It's something about him. But it's always been that way, and it never stopped. Even when he was a broadcaster, everybody wanted to hear what he had to say.
Facts.
When he was a broadcaster.
Man, him and Shannon Sharp used to be funny, boy.
Yep.
A lot of people
So
miss that.
this attention, anybody that's around him, all they gotta do is put out a video. It's gonna take off. They just want to know what's going on with the team. They just want to know. So pretty much the players that's there by default, they're celebrities too. They're all celebrities. All the players that's there. That's why I want to say, like Willie Gaines, he can get a bag just off YouTube now. Because now, see, being that he put that video out, everybody know about it. So all he has to do is just keep vlogging on YouTube. He's getting ready to get a bag.
I think this is a truth in it, Max, and I ain't want trying to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I was kind of fucked up. I'm not excuse my language. I was messed up about it too. I feel hurt about it because I feel this pain because I've been there before, right? When you're doing your best and getting overlooked and you crying out for help, and the position coach and to my thing right now, right? I think the position coach didn't even go talk to Coach Prime. Didn't even say nothing. You get what I'm saying? I think that's why I say, I'm like, solid gold. You hold him coach responsible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs some tighten up. And I think them guys, they need a reality check too. I think this Coach Prime move away from them so they can sit back and just look at what they done. Cause I'm quite sure if they real men, right? Them coaches, they sitting there wrong. You know what? I should have done this, but one afraid to admit their own fault. It kind of got them guys, really just looking bad in the way out. Even Kabasi smoke, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you could let that man touch that ball 10 times. Because you only get one time at it. You get what I'm saying? It's just one thing, just do that.
The problem, I think the problem with the issue that a lot of people have with Coach Prime is not necessarily what he does, it's how he does things.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
We can sit here and say Coach Flea and all these people should have, put these people in the game and, got these people to got these people some looks on the football. But at the end of the day, we got to hold Coach Prime accountable for that. Because not only do you know what Cooper can do, not only can you know what Smoke can do, not only do you know what Mathis could do, not only do you know what all these players that didn't touch the football field, right? You know what they can do. So for you to continuously send these people out here and not, and not give them any chance on the football field, because I can see if you were successful, I can see if they were 10-2 or 11. I can see everybody can understand the reasoning of that choice if you decide to make it, if you were winning. But the fact that you lost, and the fact that you've lost by 28 points, the fact that you was down 42-7 and not even allow a person like Cooper to get in the game, there's something wrong with that.
I think this year he'll make an adjustment. I quite sure Coach Prime not stupid, right? And he ain't dumb neither, right? I ain't saying you saying that. No, but I think this year he'll make adjustment because he got a large coaching staff that he ain't really had before. He got a lot of things that he had to, you know what I'm saying? He tried to delegate authority that way. And I'm quite sure he's seen that ain't even happen. So just like you say, I think he need to put people in position to understand their role and what they there for. Just reason why I'm so hard on Coach Flea, because he been there before as a head coach. And by him being the right-hand man as his main assistant, right? Number one assistant coach, in case he step away, he step up. He should have stepped in place and Coach Prime wasn't there to do that. He's supposed to correct that. Now, Coach Flea couldn't correct that. They would Coach Prime supposed to step in and do it. I think he deserved that right to be head coach and say, okay, those coaches work for him. I think he do deserve that, right? And you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna say he's not an S and O person. I believe he is. But I think when he got a large people that he's governing, supervising it, and that's under him, he got a lot of responsibility under him. And I feel like Coach Fleet should have took more of that pressure, more of that pressure away from him. And he didn't really do that like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, that team should be way ahead. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this, right? And I think I think you probably heard this question a few times before, but I gotta ask: at what point do we hold the assistant coach or the position coach responsible for the lack of talent or lack of coaching? And what part do we hold Coach Prime hold him accountable for? Like, where can you tell me where we distinguish that at?
I think we hold. This is Willie. I think we hold, and I've been doing some thinking here as you guys are talking. I think we hold. Ultimately, Coach Prime is the buck falls on him. But I think we should hold all the coaches accountable. I'm just listening to some of the things you guys were saying, and on coaches' improvement. Sometimes, missing stuff. I coach tennis a little bit, and I be getting on some of my high school students. Then I had to go back and say, "Hey guys, I'm sorry, my bad, because I missed something, because I'm so into what I'm doing." So to answer your question, there really, I think we hold them all equally responsible. But at the end of the day, it falls on Coach Prime.
I agree. I don't want people to think, like I say, we all need some tighten up, right? And I think it's still at the end of the day, even though you don't hear that, it's still the ball still fall at Coach Prime at the end of the day. Because if they got rid of Coach Prime, that new coach gonna get rid of his coaches too. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying solid gold that Coach Prime ain't responsible for that team. That is his team, right? He chose some guys that he brought with him. He kept a lot of people there too as well. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I say, I still, put a lot of heat on his assistant coaches, because that title attached to their assistant coach, and they got a running back coach, assistant coach above that. That's not the assistant coach is not above on their name in front of that for a reason. You know how they go. They look good on the resume. I was assistant coach at CU. You know what I'm saying? I had to step in and do this. You know what I'm saying? But some of them are just position coach, but they still got assistant coach on their name. But at the end of the day, we all know at the end of that season, it's Coach Prime lit, right? And I hope that lit teach him a lesson that certain things need to be moving around for the greater good of what he's supposed to be doing. Is to bring that awareness, that winning atmosphere, that, you know what I'm saying, get them guys on the road.
So, okay. See, this is what, now I don't personally share this indictment of Coach Prime, but this is where a lot of people feel like, they say this is why the notion comes out that he's not an X's and O's type of guy. Because if we can agree that at the end of the day, the train stops with you being the helm and the leader of the football team, right? And you see that not only is your son getting killed back here, your offensive line is being exposed, and that your defense is being exposed because they're on the football 10 times as much than normal. Can we not say that the reason why these guys weren't successful was because of him?
You could say that. You know what I'm saying? And then again, even if it ain't Coach Prime fault, it's still responsibility on all the coaches. You know what I'm saying? And you made a prime example. You know what I'm saying? And that's good and Danny. If I was a head coach and I knowing I had good players sitting on the bench, I'm gonna shuffle some stuff around and say, hey, you deal with this. This gonna have to be inputted. If you can't do it, I'm gonna step one of the other guys up and find somebody to do it for. And I think, and like I say, Coach Prime only coaching in the college level, not just on the HBCU. For how long? About 3 years. So I'm thinking.
Coaching, but he's been coached. See,
right. I'm saying at the college, I know coaching is coaching. Don't get me wrong, and the players have to execute as well. But what I'm saying is, for him to get that full understanding, I think y'all ought to give him at least an extension. You know what I'm saying? He had to learn some kind of way. There's the only way. And you know how he started adjusting? He watched shows like this. Don't think he ain't watching y'all. And you don't think he ain't here. You don't think he hear you solid gold? There's somebody in here right now. They listen. You know what I'm saying? Giving the feedback.
Oh yeah, I believe that because
I done heard some stuff y'all say from the other room. I ain't trying to cut you off, right?
Yeah.
I done heard some stuff, even this room, other rooms, right? said some stuff about offense. Did you know they went in there, man? I said, what the hell? They went in there, shift some stuff around. You know what I'm saying? Even the what's that game they almost won by one touchdown? They made some adjustment with their line, start incorporating double you know what I'm saying, linemen and stuff. I wish they do more cross blocking. That'll help the linemen. They can't block that well. They can do some cross blocks, some cheat blocks, you know, start running traps and counters. We can go on and on, but I think like you say, man, they listen to y'all. They listen.
Yeah. I have to be honest. They do listen to a lot of us, you know, especially the two guys that I conversate with on football. They pay attention to those two dudes' channel. Um, like I say, the biggest thing that I would love for him to correct is putting the right, like, you got to have someone who's very like advanced in knowledge on what he's doing to really bring the best out of the situation, right? I personally believe this year, right? If they had done more of a roll in the pocket type of formation or running a pro style offense instead of an RPO type of offense, they would have won more games. I believe that hand because Shadur is not a runner. He's not a runner. So if they
But
had ran more,
wasn't that
go ahead.
based on the offense though?
It's based off the personnel that you have, and it's mostly based off your quarterback, right? Now, like here it goes down to, so if you don't have an athletic quarterback, right, that means you run more bootlegs, you run more 3-step dropbacks, you roll the pocket. Like if you watch Alabama when they had Phil Simms at the quarterback position, that's all they did was roll left to right to throw the football. They didn't ask him to step back and throw the, and go through his progressions. It was, if this receiver's not open, you throw it to the running back, right? So that being said, to not lose focus, what I'm saying, the first thing I would have identified the type of quarterback I had. Shadur is not an RPO type of offense. What makes the RPO so dangerous is that the fact that if the quarterback pulls and tucks that ball, right, he can go for 15, 16 yards.
Yeah.
That's not his game. You see what I'm saying? He's holding on to the football on an RPO, right? These linemen, the RPO is not designed for running backs to break for 40, 50 yards. It's designed to say, okay, if the pass is not open, right, or depending on however the end plays the ball, right, we're gonna run the football and we get 5-6 yards up the football field and we keep doing that. That's literally the gist of the whole RPO, right? But Shadur's not designed. He's not that type of quarterback. Now, in my opinion, he would have been more better in a pistol formation, which gives him the availability to availability to hand the ball off, right? Even though it's still in the shotgun, right? The pistol formation allows him to have an extra blocker in the backfield at all times. It allows him to have a lead block, but it also gives him two backs. You see what I'm saying? One making a quick hitch route, and the other one just running to the flats. You feel what I'm saying? So the pistol formation would have been a lot better. It would have, or 12 personnel or 22 personnel, two tight ends, one running back, have Shadur still in the pistol formation. They running left to right. That would have been their best bet with the offense coming into the season, slowing the game down. If Shadur's going to hold the football the way he's going to hold it, then there's nothing wrong with you wasting time off the clock. I don't understand the whole purpose of him holding the ball for 5 to 6 seconds and then running a play in 12 seconds. That doesn't make sense to me.
I got the impression though that Coach Prime he wanted Shakira to do more passing than running. Now in the pistol offense, wouldn't that wouldn't the quarterback have to do a little bit more running? Or do I have to?
If you watch the pistol formation, if you just go watch it, most quarterbacks are in the pistol formation are not running the football. They're just not. You see what I'm saying? The reason why is because you have two backs or you have a tight end in the back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You always have that lead block there that still allows you to throw in a spread formation, but allows you to get a lead block. The problem with running 5 wide is that you don't have a lead block. And if you don't have the offensive lineman that can create that lead block for you, it's gonna result into what you see. You're not gonna get many yards on the ground, and you're gonna be discouraged to run the football because your linemen are not able to get that push off the front, if that makes sense. If you
And you
watch,
gotta have some type of insurance, like when
yeah,
you drop back, if something break down, he got Dylan in the flat. And if he throw a couple times, it'll keep that defense honest because they don't got burned for 10 yards.
yeah.
That's an easy first down.
Yeah, if you like, they're coming out 5 wide. Like even if running, they're running Dylan at a slot back. But even still, like I said, a pistol formation is still, even if it's either 22 personnel, which is 2 tight ends and a running back, right? Oh, you know what I'm saying? That's called 21. I'm sorry, 21 personnel, which is 2 tight ends and 1 running back, or 12 personnel, which is 1 tight end and 2 backs, right? That's kind of like the pistol formation that I'm talking about, where somebody can come up lined up, be an extra blocker. Because this is what I tell people all the time, and people don't agree with me, but some do, some don't. There is no reason to go 5 wide, right? There's no reason to go 5 wide if you're not spreading the ball around for that process.
You
When you
know, he
only
did it at Jackson State with no problem. It's just
that
I'm not sure what happened here. At
the
Jackson
talent is
State, he
too
was
different. Like there's like to have, and people be
the
like, well,
lineman
why?
is faster, I know.
Yeah,
But
the
yeah.
people are like, well, why you got a problem with J5? It's because I'm sitting here watching a team go 5 wide and you're not doing anything. You just really out here running cardio. That, to me, that's just bad coaching. Like it doesn't make sense. Your offensive line is getting killed, but you're coming out 5 wide. And how I know I ain't just tripping. I know y'all, if y'all watched the game, you had many broadcasters ask that same question. Why do you, especially after the Stanford game, why do you continuously have your offensive linemen come out here by themselves? Why don't you put an extra tight end or extra lineman in? Why don't they start doing it? They started asking these questions.
Yeah, Deion Jr. said it recently. He said it was after the state game, Colorado State game, where the team said, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and throw all types of blitzes at them.
Yeah.
And he said that's what they were doing. He said they weren't doing a prevent to worry about their passing. They were just more so rushing them. And that's how they did it. And
Yeah,
every other team just adopted that.
And I
you
want
have,
went to the old Louisiana style of playing football is running up their throat. Because
Yep.
like I say, you know what, Mass? I even said high school play would help these guys win if they just really run them because they not designed to, you know what I'm saying, to go out there and just sling that ball like that. They could have kept that ball on the ground. They had enough running backs to push it down there. And then they start introducing Shador to the passing game. And Shador gonna make sure he get past at 200. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I think they need to run the ball. Yeah, I believe Solid Gold. You probably ain't gonna agree to this, but I'm gonna say it anyway, right? I really believe they could beat Utah if they run that ball more than 30 times.
Yeah, more than like 30
here's
to
the
40
issue with that.
times, at least 35 times.
That'll help the lineman because
Yeah.
you got to tie that full front. You know what I'm saying? Them twins, bro, they ran all over the team.
Yeah,
You know
them
what I'm saying?
Twins and that other one.
Because you ain't tiring out the lineman's in shape, right? We got some linemen that's in shape. Can outbreathe, the defense. They really let them boys run, block them guys, and do, like I say, do these cross blocks and stunt blocks and all this, and do a little fake. And then they carry out their fakes too will help too. But I'm saying, if you wear that full front out, man, them linebackers gonna have to stop penetrating. They're gonna have to step back and play zone, and you can kill them with a J5 if you decide to stop throwing screens to them, right? I ain't gonna lie to you. I would put the route guard in J5 position. I promise you, he'll undercut them guys and get past the chain. Cause them guys at J5 are like he don't know where the first down marker at. And I don't know why they running 50-yard flies and post routes and Shador wait about 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? And the boys they got sense enough to come back to the ball. And I think when they designed that play to get them guys out Shador eyesight, that's when it started breaking down. I wouldn't run them waggles and drags and all kind of shit. I'm not, excuse my language, but
But
y'all know what I'm talking about.
one of them can run a curl route just to give him some insurance to cut because he's coming back to the ball. Like,
Well, that's what motion
just so
does.
he'll
Motion
have something.
creates.
Huh?
Yeah, but that's what motion does. Motion creates
Right.
pockets in the zone. See, what the problem was, they just play. A lot of teams just play a zone 3 scheme on them with just 4 linemen just rushing, and that's working.
Yep.
And it's twofold. It's Shadur got to stop thinking. Shadur got to stop playing selfish football. I said this in a barbershop like at the beginning of the season. I
Then
said
tell
at
me
the end
why
of,
you think he playing selfish football. Let me hear that.
here's my fault. Here's my
Okay.
thing. I said this at the end. I said this in 2-3 months ago at the barbershop. I said at the end of the year we're gonna find out who fault it really was. Right? Is it Coach Prom's fault? Is it Shadur's fault? Or was it Sean Lewis' fault? The reason why he's throwing the ball so much and why he's keeping the ball so much in his hand, right? Because no coach is designing this game to be schemed where you only run the football 7 times a game.
It's Sean Lewis fault. I'm gonna tell you why. They wasn't huddling up. That fast offense it wasn't that effective like that. I get it. I grant it. I get, you do it every once in a while, but this dude was doing no huddle. Like I say, they introduced this new offense to the team. I think they should have huddled them up, put a wristband on Shador, and when the guys sitting there say, "Hey, we're gonna run this play," da 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 da. What I need to do? I need you to go 10 yards down. I need you to do a curl, or comeback, or drag, or something. And Shador had that wristband on there. I think they'll not no huddling.
But what happens when you run the football though? Are you giving
Right,
him the
you
ability to
stick
check
to
out
it.
of it?
You stick to it because it's there. If the thing is, just like you say, somebody mentioned it, right? They got away from it and it was effective. You get what I'm saying? And now they start running, because the guys, one of them might go in and run 3 yards, and then the other would do a 4-yard pop, and then they go at it. Then now they get Shador scrambles, and next thing you know, they're back, 15, 20 yards on the third down. Now they got to make up. What I'm saying is, they got to start running that ball, man. That ball
Yeah.
going. Go ahead.
And like people ask how do I know they're playing selfish ball, right? And we literally had to talk about this yesterday. It was the Oregon State game. They was down by 7, right? It was 21, 14-7. Y'all finna go into the halftime. Now, instead of you, like anybody with normal common sense saying, you know what, we're going to take this ball, we're going to run it out, and we're going to go into halftime, you stick your offense on the football field, right? Trying to play daddy ball, right? Trying to put the ball in Shadur's hand, right? He go 3 and out, and they go right down there and score 7 more points on you before the half.
So you think Shador one that called that shot like that?
No, I believe Dion called that shot. He just put the ball in Shadur's hand and tried to say he can go 98 yards and give me something before the half. Well, what you should have did was you should have went out there, ran the football, got to the halftime, right? It was only like a minute and 40-something seconds on the clock. You should have ran the ball, if not punted, because they threw an interception or they did something where they ended up scoring, right? They should have ran the ball, punted the ball, and went into halftime, or they should have won the halftime. That's what they should have did. But because you want to play daddy ball, you want to play selfish football, you allow the people to go up there and put 7 more points on the board. That's a problem.
I think I agree to some degree, right?
That's like how the person who brought that point and highlighted that point up. That's elite daddy ball. That's
I agree to a certain point. I'm not gonna say no way. Ain't no.
A little bit, because I'm gonna push back on that a little bit, because remember when they were who did they went they scored that touchdown on when they were like 90 some yards from the um from the other
CSU.
I don't know what, but when they threw it to Antonio, he caught the ball there, then they threw another one and they got down the field and they went down and scored. Pretty much almost basically the same play. I can understand why he would call that play because they did it before. So what would stop him from doing it again? In
Well, the
Dion's
difference.
mind, because remember, and it's not. I'm not gonna put it as trivial as daddy ball. Listen, Shakira is a very good athlete, very good player. If I wanted anybody to have the ball and have the ball the last time we would have it would be him. So I would figure out a way, some kind of way. And that's with any good quarterback, any talented quarterback you have, you're going to find some kind of way to get the ball, you know, in his hands. So the daddy ball thing, yeah, it's his son, but that's academic. He's a good athlete. Okay. The reason he's not throwing a whole bunch of interceptions, because that would probably be another knock. I think he got like 3 interceptions the whole year. Dude, that's phenomenal. Okay, it's because he takes his time take a little bit too much time sometimes, to read where he wants to throw the ball at. And if he throws it, he'll either, I've seen him throw some balls to Travis. I said, wait a minute, he should have made that. He never missed that, okay? But in his mind, well, if Travis can't get it, I'm going to throw it away. I'll put it where he might can get it, but just in case he can't get it. So I've got to, rather than going with the daddy ball there a little bit, I'm going to go with his athleticism, his ability to play quarterback, because you got to remember he's an HBCU product, and to play like he's playing at this level at this time, phenomenal, dude.
I think the domination part would kind of got people saying that's that daddy ball, and like I said, I agree with both of y'all, but I think Coach Dion want to dominate that team and blow them off the map instead of dominating and winning, and I think that's what kind of got people thinking it's more like a daddy ball type situation.
Listen, Dion never
Yeah,
goes.
I hear what you're saying. I agree with that.
Dion never goes into a game just to win it. What is it?
That's the whole point of the game.
To dominate. His thing is to dominate. If you don't dominate, you're gonna either dominate or lose. He never goes in and say, we're gonna win this. We're gonna win this. The last words I ever hear those guys say, majority of the time, is dominate. He wants to dominate you, and that's the mentality he's trying to get into his players' mind. You don't want, because if you're just going out to win, you're gonna do whatever it takes to win.
But that's literally the end of the. Hold up, school. Now I got to push back. If you say if the idea is that if you have the idea that you're going to go out and win and you're going to do anything to just win, isn't that what you want to do?
No. You missed what I said. You missed my point. If the players go out there, well, we're just going to win this game. But Coach been all week. He's been preaching dominate. Number one, the guys have to learn how you have to go out there to dominate the fools. See what I'm saying? You're not just going to win, because you can probably win. You'll win by a field goal. But if I'm going to dominate a team, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to play. If we're going to win this thing, we're going to win it. We're going to win it by 2 or 3 touchdowns. That's domination. Like they got like CU got dominated by who was that? 2 teams this year. The ones we got literally dominated. That's domination. Domination is not going out there winning by a field goal or winning by 3 points. That means you barely made it. But the mentality.
Okay, so my question to you is this. My question I have to give, because I'm trying to better understand the philosophy that you have, right? My question to you is this. If you have 52 yards in 2 quarters, right? You get the ball back, right? Instead of you running the football, going into halftime, making adjustments, you go out here and you try to mount some type of offense, right? And you throw an interception, right? Or you could turn the ball over. They get the ball back, right? They go down there and put 7 more up on you, right? How in what way is that not daddy ball?
It's not daddy ball because it was just a boneheaded play. That's a boneheaded play. I'm not gonna put daddy ball. I'm not gonna label.
We got to stop this. Man.
Yeah, I'm not.
Daddy ball word triggered, ain't it?
I think,
we got to stop this, man. We got to stop this, man.
That's a boneheaded play. That was a bad decision. That was not based on daddy ball.
I guess people are saying daddy ball because that's the coach's son. That's why they're saying it.
I know why they're saying it.
I've heard the term before when who else played for their father? I forget. It was years ago.
So he would have done that. So he would have done that if the backup was in.
What's that?
Probably that kind of call. Probably.
Man, he didn't even throw the ball when his backup was in.
It was a bad call, a boneheaded call.
Okay. I have to let that one go. I gotta let it go.
Listen,
People,
I'm
hey,
just saying this. All they got to do is make a few adjustments. They're gonna be good next year. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm saying
They're gonna learn from this season because they got data. They like, okay, we got some data to work with. We know how we can make the tweaks. So we know where we messed up, and we're going now. If we having the same conversation next year, then okay, then I might say daddy ball, but they just gonna make some tweaks, man.
That's a
Now,
triggering
look,
word.
I'm gonna tell you
Matt.
this.
Hey, Matt.
Did anybody know Coach Saban's record his first year at Alabama? How many games did he win? Was it like 5 or something?
Look it up and see. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure.
His first year at Alabama, he didn't do that well. So he made some tweaks and changes, and then in year 3, he was rolling. He was rolling in year 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take a while. It really is. But just because Coach Prime, he, and what the stuff that he said in the beginning of the season, he expects to win. But in reality, it's going to take a little time. I would say they really going to be rolling by year 3.
I believe that.
Oh, he went 7-5. Damn, that was. Maybe I'm having him mixed up with somebody else. That was a pretty good. That was okay for his standards. That wasn't okay, but okay. He did go 7-5. I got to look it up again. I thought I had him mixed up with somebody else. Then
did they make a bowl game that year?
He said they went 7-5. They did.
Yeah, they made one. Now did they win it? I don't know. Gotta check it out.
Okay, he did go 7-6. You said 7-6. Okay, that was pretty respectable then.
So they had to go 6-6, and they won their final bowl game, which made them 7-6.
7-6, yeah. That wasn't bad actually. Maybe I'm having them mixed up with another coach.
But y'all stop that, man. We ain't gonna tolerate the Coach Prime standard. Now he just disrespectful. Talk about he can't hold a saving jockstrap. Y'all stop that.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
no,
that.
Somebody in the chat said that. They said
the chat they be wilding.
They say he can't hold his jockstrap. Y'all stop that, man.
Yeah, Versace Scotty saying that. But I mean, it's gonna take a while, man. He put the team together. See, he did something that hasn't been done in a while. It's been done at Jackson State, but I forget the other coach that brought in so many people. Me bringing that many people is going to take a while to get.
The only difference I would say about Coach Prime and Nick Saban, Alabama has always had a tradition of being a football school and being a very not say like a high blue chip powerhouse before he came, but they had a tradition of winning football, and they also played in a division where offensive line and defensive line and having big physical guys up front is prevalent. So it was a little bit easier for him to make to transition to into college football and become a winning program with Alabama than it would be with Colorado. You know what I'm saying? I do want to add that factor in. I don't think if Nick Saban was at Colorado would be anywhere near the threshold of what Alabama is. You know what I'm saying?
Alabama inherited a 1-11 team.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't like people using that excuse. We got to use more of an honest review. You know what I'm saying? What about people who took over teams? You know what I'm saying? And where did these teams go to? You know what I'm saying? That I would let's look at somebody like Charlie Strong when he took over for Louisville. That program wasn't known for being a pipeline for NFL players. How did he turn out after year 3? Or what about the guy from Oregon, Dan Lanning, after he took over? You know what I'm saying? These schools are not pipelines for NFL players.
It took him a while. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I do want to push back on that because what people think Nick Saban did and what people think or Ed Orgeron did and all these college coaches like James. Now somebody like James Franklin, who inherited I would say a mid program from Bill O'Brien, and it actually got them being considered in the top 10 yearly. He's done a tremendous job. James Franklin is a quarterback. Is a black man that a lot of people don't show respect to.
Really? What was his name again?
James Franklin.
What's the
head coach at Penn State.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a coach that needs a lot more respect than what people give him. He's a black man. He's this. I'm telling people like he took over right after Bill O'Brien, and not long. Bill O'Brien wasn't even in Penn State that long before he got the Texas job, and y'all already know what happened at Penn State and the little backlash they had. They was
Right.
So yeah, so it's just like I kind of like hold off, comparing Nick Saban to Coach Prime.
Yeah, I think I might have had Nick Saban mixed up because 7-5, that's a respectable record. He's over 500. But yeah, I think it's good. Give him till year 2, year 3, see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
If he decides to stay after next year, then we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do okay. I think he's gonna do well. Let's see, Shakur's his son is leaving, so my thing is, if he stays there at year 3, they got this. I mentioned this before. They've got this nice quarterback coming on. This brother 6'6" that's coming there.
The quarterback, yeah.
Yeah, for CU. That's gonna be interesting. Is he gonna be here next? He's gonna be there next year.
Nah, he's I don't think so. I think he's 2025.
Oh, wow. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I believe it once he signed. I don't like if people commit. I don't really go off that. Once they sign and once they enroll, then I'm like, okay, we got the player.
So you think you think Coach Prime try to play it safe as being a black man in outside the setting? He protecting himself by doing it, going about year by year, because you never know they might get rid of him just because. You won't have that kind of
I
opportunity.
don't see them getting rid of him for. I mean,
It's just a question.
He
It's just a
brings a lot
question.
to the table. Like
Man,
with ticket sales, there's money being made with him there.
Yeah,
He'll be there as long as he want to stay.
You know how much money Coach Prime has bought Colorado.
Yeah,
Man,
money talks.
I'm thinking about moving to Colorado. Shoot.
I thought about it the other day. I'll be asking questions just to spark a conversation because I think a lot of times there's a lot of things that go in, just being as a Cobbletone man, black people period, right? It's a lot of things we had to do it uphold at times, and we had to put different things in places, like on the chessboard, just to survive in what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things could change. It's just because we ain't gonna be afforded them kind of opportunities. We do what we got to do and hope things will get right where it's supposed to be. And so that's why I asked that question. So I wanted y'all thoughts about it. They ain't what I'm in mind just thinking, but that just saying that you can't rule that out as well.
Yeah, right now he said he's staying. So
yeah, the only way I could see him leaving is if a college. I don't think because I knew he wouldn't go to Texas A&M for 2 reasons. Texas A&M don't want nobody like him over there, and for 2, he don't want to be in no place like Texas A&M. He don't want to be in no college station like that. I don't care how much oil money you got. It's just environments, personalities and environments don't mix. That's just what that is. But I will say this: if a team like Florida, Miami, call a coming, I think he gone. I don't think for 1 second that if he has a chance to recruit those Florida boys, those Texas boys, those Georgia boys, right, could have them kind of close by home, which would be like Florida. Florida, I think, would be probably the number 1 college, probably calling his door, calling his phone in probably about 2-3 years. If he does what he needs to do and he becomes, I don't even think he has to. If he goes 10-2, 10-2. I'm gonna say 10-2. And so he goes 6-6, 10-2. But his program is showing an upward trajectory. Florida, Miami, Clemson. Nah, I don't think he'll go to Baylor.
You want to think he go to the home state? I mean, Texas home state?
Yeah, he'll go to Texas. Like if Texas was to become open, yeah, he'll be the head coach of Texas. But like someone like Florida, like I say, Florida, the U, Miami. A lot of people don't understand Clemson. You know what I'm saying? If Clemson was open, I could see him going to North Carolina. I could see him coaching out there at Clemson. I think if that's anywhere he's gonna go in that direction. He's gonna go east where the SEC is.
Yeah.
Well, hey, look, y'all. I appreciate you having me on the show, Max.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
I want to say peace and love to y'all, and I'm gonna be listening, in the channel, but I gotta go to the other plantation. So peace and love.
All right, peace to you. Yeah,
Yeah,
if he got a Miami offer or Florida, man, that's gonna be kind of hard to turn down for me.
Yeah.
I could see that being hard to turn down.
yeah, guys, I'm gonna get on out of here too, man.
All
Solid
right, I
gold.
appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Solid
brother.
gold, you solid gold, brother.
Yeah, but y'all, man, peace and blessings to y'all, man. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let Max get his. Everybody's moving off the panel now. I'm gonna go ahead and let Max get his shine.
Yeah,
on
I'm gonna close out too.
All right.
All right, thank you all for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I think God, Miami after next year, if they offer him a spot, that's gonna be hard to turn down. Miami is gonna be hard. And he's a Florida guy too. And he wouldn't have to worry about getting those Florida dogs. Yeah, I don't know. But he said he's not going anywhere. So he likes it up there in Boulder, I guess. That's what he said. So maybe he will turn it down and just stay in Boulder. He can get the recruits to come up there. The dogs could come up there. They just gonna want a bag. The bag gotta be good, but they'll come. You just got to spend a little bit of cash, not him personally, but the school or the people that's in charge of it, the boosters or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, the bag, as long as the bag is right, these kids want a bag, and I don't blame them, but you get the right amount of money, you're gonna have some people come there. A beautiful setting. It don't really get that cold during the games. You can really go up there and relax and just concentrate on football. You don't have too many distractions unless you go to Denver or something. Yeah, I could see them going up there. I could see them building something in the next 2-3 years. Building a powerhouse. Powerhouse take a while to build. Like I'm talking about a powerhouse where he's always in talks of the playoffs every year. Like Alabama and all those type of plays. It takes a while. But yeah, man, I could see that. I think, what is his daughter, like a freshman or something? So she got a few more years left. Definitely Shador and Shiloh coming back. Travis, they got some nice talent there already. And along with the new additions they bring in, as long as that bag is right, I could see them winning next year. Make some tweaks in that running game. Yeah, they rolling. They're going to be rolling. She a sophomore? I know what you meant. She's a sophomore. Okay. Well, yeah, they're going to be rolling. They get it right. They got the data to work with. They know where they went wrong, and that's it. But as far as the players is concerned, like let's say Willie Gaines, he need to go ahead and start vlogging because now everybody is on him now. Now they want to see his process on the off season. He'll get a lot of views that way. We'll see him working up to the next season. Let's see what his process is like. Let's see if he do that. I don't know. But the bag is definitely there for these players in YouTube. It's a lot of it's only going to get better. But I can't wait for the off season to see what happens. I want to see if they can flip some proven dogs to come there. Like kind of like an example, like Bear Alexander went to USC. I want to see if they can pull something like that. Then that's really that's what he say, about 8 or 9 dogs away. Yeah, but you got to pay them though. You got to pay the reinforcements to come. That's right. I'm talking about the players we know is going in the first round. Those first round players, you got to pay the money or develop them because they probably already there. You just got to develop them. You said he should already have a vlog, I'm pretty sure. You follow his YouTube. Yeah, I don't think he has one. I follow him too. I don't think he vlogged on this. You said the next well-off media video will get 1 million views. Shit, that's all right for his pocket. That's all right. Bucky making all type of money. That man shine, you go blind just looking at him. He love his jury, just like his father. He love his jury. But yeah, definitely the eyes are still going to be on them next year. It's not going to dwindle down. People saying the hype is over. No, it's not, because we're still talking about them. It's not. Wait till the off season. Wait until if they flip one of those like NFL potential players, you'll see. Let me get up out of here. But y'all, man, y'all have a good rest of your day. I will catch you guys on the next one. All right, y'all.